All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into session 13 of Trouble in Theondir. At the start of our previous session, our adventurers woke up from a long rest with the light of the afternoon sun pouring in through the windows of the soldiers' barracks of Theondir Keep. Feeling rejuvenated, the group would take a late lunch before beginning their preparations in the 3 days running up to the tri-decade celebration. Prior to leaving the keep area, Traego and Caroline would take the opportunity provided by Maalethon's trust to acquire new armor and weapons from the quartermaster. Donned with a new leather vest and with a masterfully crafted bow, these two would join the others in order to take off an exploration of the central city. Their first stop would be the Western Wind Magic and Potion Shop, where the group would refresh some of their magical supplies and inquire into the smuggling and sale of peridot dust. At the same time, Caroline would make a disturbing discovery just outside of the shop. The building where the Druids had been keeping their headquarters but a couple of days before was now oddly transformed. The structure was falling to pieces, windows and doors boarded up, stone crumbling and wood rotting. Upon further investigation, Caroline would meet an old woman living in a shack on the side of the building, the owner of the place, who herself had no recollection of any Druids ever residing there. Not wanting to converse any longer, the woman abruptly returned to her hut as Caroline took a more or less stealthy pass through the building in search of information, but to no avail. While Bholen and Groggle remained in the central square, the rest of the group once again headed out into the city. Here they were intercepted by a flustered J.P. Franzine, who had mistaken the group for the other half of his yet-to-arrive entertainment troupe, thereby herding them into his shop of fine crystal and glasswares. Franzine, in a bit of a panic due to not having a full troupe, attempted to mingle among his business guests while desperately trying to resolve his entertainment conundrum. At the same time, Caroline would explore the upper level of the overhead shop. Niv would carry out a hustle with one of the more refined guests, and Traego would make a promise to find others who could join them in entertaining. A promise which was quickly broken as the three adventurers would make a distraction and flee the establishment to the sound of Franzine's despairing cry, "Wait, wait, wait!" As the evening wore on, Bholen would make his way to Theondir Keep, where he was granted an audience with Maalethon, after which he turned his attention instead to the Synchari Academy. As Groggle continued to drink in the tavern, and as Traego retired to the barracks in order to do some pleasure reading, Niv, Caroline, and Bholen would make their way to the Synchari Academy. This visit, however, proved somewhat disappointing, for none of them seemed to have the means required to traverse the energy fields surrounding the academy. Frustrated, they decided to return to the barracks in order to consider their options and get some rest. Little did they know that all the while they were away, Traego, through his nighttime reading, was beginning to open up an entirely new world. Sleep eventually overcomes the last of the group members, a long and peaceful rest. It feels like only minutes before the first rays of the morning sun begin to creep into your room and to illuminate your peaceful faces, a peace that is abruptly interrupted. Poof! The door to your room flies open, and there standing in the doorway is a tall and regal-looking soldier, fully dressed in armor and fully armed. "To your feet, gentlemen. Firebrand requests your presence in the keep gardens immediately. Graywater has disappeared." My adventures. The morning is yours. What would you like to do?
Can you give us
Graywater disappears a lot.
Yeah, can you give us a couple minutes to get some breakfast?
Where's
or
the
is this like
Are
urgent
we all in
right
the same
now?
room?
Yeah,
Matt,
we all in the
all
same
in
room.
the same room?
Yeah, well, there's several bunks in these larger rooms, so you guys all crash in the same room. I mean, the soldier's pretty adamant that you follow him down. We need to talk to Firebrand immediately.
Okay.
Let's follow.
I'll go.
Kind of groggily wake up, get my shit together, and
Yeah. Grab
I'm
my
going
stuff.
full armament on this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going
Going
to be
armor.
Baron von Bramblewood?
Nope, I am not being Duke Baron von
Duke
Bramble.
Baron von Bramblewood III.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys, you make your way down the stairs and to the entrance of the soldiers' barracks, The two soldiers, they lead you through the gates and through the thick white stone outer wall to the outer bailey of the keep. And the lead soldier gestures over to the gardens, and both of them, they take posts, one on each side of the gate entrance. And as you approach the keep gardens, you're overtaken by this scent of fresh flowers and lavender. The bushes are exploding in brilliant purples with touches of yellows and reds popping through the rich greens of the leaves. And off to the side, you notice Feuerbrandt, slowly meandering his way through the bushes, running his hand across the sea of bright purple. He lifts his eyes and spots you all as you come closer. There is something about flowers that I simply love. You plant them and they grow. There are no surprises. From every seed, you know exactly what you get. Ah, yes. My apologies for waking you in such an abrupt manner. It's just that we unfortunately have a new pressing matter in our hands. Graywater has disappeared. Since arriving here in the morning only a matter of hours ago, he has been kept under close guard, but now he is gone, and it appears not to be the workings of his own. When we arrived outside of his room, we found 2 guards assigned to him lying prostrate on the floor, overcome by some sort of sleep spell with several black feathers scattered around them. The door to the room left ajar, Graywater's food and water untouched within. Maalethon is furious. Such security incursions are utterly unacceptable, and especially now that we are only a few days away from the tri-decade celebration. We need to know everything that you know about Graywater. What have you learned from him? Has he told you anything? Has he had contact with any individuals who would want either to harm him or to seek his aid? If you have any information, now is the time to speak.
What kind of black feathers were they? Could you tell what animal they were from?
Some sort of bird. I'm no expert in the avian sciences. I would imagine some sort of crow.
Sounds familiar.
Matt, I tried a minute ago. It's those damn druids.
Yep.
Which druids are you speaking of?
Caroline knows a lot about these people.
So I'll ask Firebrand if he knows anybody named or recognizes the name Vildereth.
He pauses for a second. No, the name has no meaning to me.
When we were captured by the orcs, not but what was that 2 days ago?
Yeah.
We were dead.
When we were captured by the orcs a couple days ago, or 3 days ago. The situation was grim. We were all knocked unconscious, hanging upside down. We were about to be tarred and feathered, and probably much worse. Vildereth and his druid companions saved us. But they also, and I think Traego told me about this when we were talking last, but there was a crow that somewhat aided him in escaping and helping all of us escape.
We all turned into crows.
Yeah.
We all, yes, well.
So you have some sort of connections with these druids.
They aided us. I'm not sure what connections we have. They provided us safe haven. They provided us supplies to get revenge on our orc enemies. I don't think we have any allegiance to them in any form. But Caroline is somewhat invested in the druid archetype, the druid history. And so if anybody has information, I think it would be him.
Feuerbrandt steps back a little confused. You see this look of confusion in his eyes. You say you were led by these crows, these druids. Where did they lead you to?
Well, and I can chime in, and can I kind of explain to him where this house was? I mean, it's right next to the provision shop we were at, right? I can say, well,
right.
It was right there, and honestly, it's really kind of confusing, because then now the house that we were in it, and it was in perfect shape, and the druids were there. Now it is a rundown a rundown building. Do you know anything about that area? Do you know anything about that building?
That building has utterly no significance to me. It sounds like a rundown shack.
Well, these druids, they were very kind of devoted to the cause, to being druids. I knew that. I mean, but beyond that, I mean, I know that they didn't seem to be wanting to take any sides, honestly.
The druid were not sympathizers.
Right.
And Graywater betrayed the knot, knowing they found out that he was a double agent working for the Empire.
Well, I wonder.
It wouldn't surprise me if the knot conscripted the druids to take him into custody and do whatever they wanted.
Oh, this is disturbing indeed. This is he raises his hand and he snaps over to the two guards that brought you over. He says, "Haldir, Rasmus, come here, please." And the two soldiers walk over and they stop right in front of you, Caroline. And he looks to you, Caroline, and he says, "Would you be able to describe to the guards where this building is? I would like to send a dispatchment there in order to check it out."
I'll describe it to them if I can go with them.
If you so wish, you may follow them. We have other plans, though, to give you escorts. This is utterly unacceptable that we've had these security incursions, and we do need to have escorts for you, for your own safety, as you understand.
I don't think that's necessary, Captain.
Yeah.
I don't think we're the ones that you really need to worry about. Have you given any thought to the fact that maybe Graywater isn't as loyal as he seems?
Maybe he was rescued from your castle rather
they maybe
than
didn't
taken.
Kidnap him. They could have
He
gotten
was
him
playing
out.
both sides, and I think if I remember right, I had an inkling that he wasn't exactly telling the whole truth when we were interrogating him. He's hiding something.
Unfortunately, my information of Graywater is quite limited. It is Maalethon who has most of the contact. But what I can say is indeed this, that Graywater, I have never trusted the man.
Okay. Does Maalethon know that you don't trust him?
Maalethon knows that I haven't exactly taken kindly to him, shall we say.
Well, I'm sure Maalethon has some sort of an idea that maybe Graywater isn't as trustworthy. But if you do go to check out this building, I would suggest not sending soldiers, sending somebody who is a little more inconspicuous.
Probably not.
If we send soldiers, they know that we gave them up. I'm assuming this building's probably still watched. And if a company of soldiers goes through, they know the knot, and the druids are going to know that we betrayed them.
Oh, this is certainly good logic. He turns to Rasmus and to Halvard. He says, "Rasmus, Halvard, I would like you to take off your armor back into normal clothing. I would like you to take these instructions and go over to this place and look at this building. Report to me. As for the rest of you, I would like to provide you with an escort. We cannot take any chances, especially so close to the celebration. You will need to lay as low as possible and avoid any unnecessary trouble." And with this, he shoots a particular glance at you, Groggle, before he turns his eyes back to Traego and Bholen. "And it would be good to keep the fires to a minimum. We will be assigning you these two guards while you make your final preparations in the coming days." And with that, he signals to two other guards that you've not previously noticed, but are sitting on benches slightly hidden off to the side. And they immediately jump up to their feet and nervously run over to Feuerbrand's side. He looks at these two guards and he says, I've decided to give these two a second chance. Let's hope that their new task goes better than their sad attempt to guard Graywater." And the first guard turns to the second one. He says, "I told you, Dad, we needed to stay awake." And the other one says, "But you told me that you was going to take the first watch. It's not my fault you fell asleep." Okay. Feuerbrand turns to both of them. "That would be enough. Okay. Gavin, Rolf, You will be assigned to escort and provide any protection that these people may need. And please, since Tyrius has insisted on a costume party for the celebration, it is imperative that you all make your costume preparations. Time is indeed running short. And may the light of Bahamut shine brightly upon Theondir and its servant Tyrius, and may it shine brightly upon you. Now, if you have no other requests,
I do actually.
you are dismissed. Caroline.
If we're going to be forced to kind of walk around with these two, can they wear like they blend in like normal clothes to get them out of their uniforms?
Gavin.
If the idea is to not attract attention, having armed guards next to us would do precisely the opposite of that.
Gavin, Rolf, take off your armor, plain clothes, keep your weapons on you concealed. Will that be sufficient for you?
That will do.
Very well. Is there anything else you would need?
Food.
Yeah.
Feuerbrand, does the name Genevieve mean anything to you?
Or Tycho?
The name sounds familiar, but I cannot place it. Have you heard that name recently?
Well, I think we've gotten information that she may be, if not is, one of the leaders of the knot that are gathering outside of the city walls. She may be the orchestrator for all of this. And if you know anything,
Genevieve.
I mean, that's what her name was, right? I have it written down.
Yeah,
Genevieve might be pronounced like Genevieve or something.
No, Genevieve is right. Genevieve's right. I mean, he takes this seriously, and pauses for a second, and he looks to you, Bholen, and says, "Genevieve is a name that I will remember. I will report that to Maalethon immediately. Every lead that we can get is important at this point. We are 2 days away from the celebrations. Is there any other information that you have?"
Well, Nev, you also said Tycho, right?
Her brother.
Her brother, yeah. But Tycho is kind of a family name or a given name, or a well-used name, I think.
Genevieve and Tycho. I will bring this to Maalethon immediately.
Can you?
Who's all with us right now? Us and then the 4 guards.
Yep.
Okay.
So you have Gavin, you have Rolf, you have Rasmus and Halvard.
So Rasmus and Halgard are following Caroline.
Yeah, Rasmus and Halvard will take off to the building with Caroline.
What do the rest of us want to do?
I feel like I need to go with Caroline. Extra protection.
Ooh.
I would not suggest that. Groggle, you come with us.
If Groggle goes, I'm going with him to keep him in line.
I've made my decision. I'm following.
All right,
gentlemen, we can't all go together.
We also need costumes.
Yes. Where do we get?
Where's the wind? Is it windy somewhere?
That's Eric.
I think Eric's outside.
Yeah. Well, ask a Firebrand where is the best place to get costumes again. I think it was suggested to us already.
Isn't that the Swift Tailor, Renfire Frost Fast Fingers?
Yes, of course. Yenfire Fastfingers is the one who we have currently have an account with, a royal account, that you would be able to get your costumes without any cost to you. It's right outside of the square, outside of Theondir Keep here, just on the other side of the square.
Okay.
What about other shops that aren't on the royal payroll?
What do you have in mind?
Someplace where you're not in control.
There are plenty of shops in Theondir where Maalethon and I and Tyrius do not have our dealings.
Do you have a name of one?
Absolutely. What are you looking for?
Costumes.
Costumes. I don't know any costume shops.
All right, I'll lay off.
Did we already ask him where we could find magical goods, enchanted weapons and stuff?
Any of the weapon shops might have possibilities for enchantments, but I don't know of that.
Okay.
Here in the keep, we do not have enchanted weapons, as you have already discovered.
All right. So, Carolyn, you're going with the 2 guards.
Yep.
I trust you to do this quietly. Groggle, why don't we head to a bar? Let's go get drunk. I'll pay, even.
Okay.
And maybe we'll find a fight or 2 along the way. Groggle?
Gruggle's gone.
Oh,
He's
sorry, I
passed
got.
out.
No.
What do you say? Let's go get drunk. Maybe find a fight or 2.
No. I'm going with Carolyn.
Wow. Okay. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Bholen, are you going to go along with them?
Carolyn, do you think you can handle it without me, or would you like some assistance?
I think.
I think everyone's going.
The group is already getting too big.
Okay, so
I'm
this
going
is what I
shopping.
suggest. Feuerbrand, I think we're good with you. I think we need to have a conversation amongst ourselves, find some food. But are the guards going to this building right now?
The guards can follow you whenever you are prepared to go. There is no time limit. Remember, you have 2 days before the celebrations. Before this, I would like to make sure that we are able to inspect this building and to follow this lead.
Okay, so we'll we're gonna get some food, and while we do that, I have some questions for us as a party. So
Very well. I will leave you at this point and report to Maalethon these names, Genevieve and Tycho.
Yes.
Um,
Can you? Well, I mean, can you connect with Bholen, who has the communicator, and tell him what you find out?
yes, I can.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
will
going
do
to
that.
follow Firebrand out the door a little bit, and I want to have a private conversation with him real quick.
Okay.
I just want to tell him that there are a small group of people now that know Genevieve and Tycho's names. Us, Maalethon will know them shortly, and then your 4 guards. Keep an eye on them. If word gets out of Genevieve and Tycho, then we know it was somebody in this group. It won't be us, but it could be you, Maalethon, or your 4 guards. Just want you to keep that in mind.
And Feuerbrand his eyes are down when you're speaking to him, and
It's because you're short.
He's looking down at me.
and he hears what you're saying, and he looks up with the tone in your voice, and you see there's a sort of intensity and coldness you've not seen before, and there's almost a look of intimidating look in his eye. And he understands what you're saying, but he responds to you and he says that, very well, but let me make it clear to you as well, Traego. The Maalethon does not tolerate being crossed. Loyalty is his most coveted currency. And with this, he lifts a knife from his waist up to the bush and clips off a stem of a dead lavender flower. It's a fate of flowers that do not grow as expected is to face the pruning shears and to be cast into the fire. I would urge you to take caution.
I pull out my Morning Star.
You're not with us.
Immediately.
You're not with us.
You're
You're not in the
Shit.
group. You're not in the group. You're not in the group.
I want to insight check him.
Yes.
Go for it.
Check the knife.
What do you want? What do you want to know? What do you
I
wanna
want to know, does he already, like, if he's knows about Tycho and Genevieve and what already happened here? Let me see. That's a 15. My insight is fucking terrible. So
You guys are-
a 14.
You guys are lucky I
14?
left. You guys
Okay.
are lucky I left. I'd kill him right now.
Everybody, turn off your microphone or your headphones for a second. Your microphones. Give me a couple seconds with Traego. You can watch. Traego, with your insight check, you get a very clear sense that he knows exactly who Tycho and Genevieve are.
All right, I'm just writing this down. All right.
And you can also tell, based on the response that he gave you here, that he is a bit nervous by your revelation there.
Of mentioning just the names, that we know the names?
The names, that you have
Okay.
some insight, you have some knowledge of the names, yeah. So I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Bring the others back.
Okay. I'll let him go. I'll go join the group then.
You are dismissed, he says to Traego, and he turns around, placing a nice knife back into its holster, and he walks towards the inner bailey and up towards the keep, and leaves you guys standing there. What would you like to do, you guys?
Well, I want to get some food first. I mean, we need to eat, right?
Okay.
Yep.
But
The mess hall is right there by the barracks. You can go in just like before, get some breakfast.
While we're eating, I want to talk to Traego about what he was reading all night. We know this, yeah?
Not here. Very quietly, not here.
Okay. Well,
Did I? Well, no, never mind. Wait, I thought, who am I with?
we're all together.
We're all together still.
I went away with Firebrand for a second.
Okay.
We went aside. So now we're back at the mess hall eating, having a glass of wine.
Did I hear him
Whatever
say
you
that?
guys. Hear what?
Did I hear Chad say, not now?
I don't think so. You're too busy just chowing down on your bacon and your your food. Groggle doesn't hear anything when he's eating.
And then, I think we can all make our way into the central city, and then you guys can go on your little mission. I need to go shopping, and Niv said he needs to go shopping. And then
I
maybe
was just gonna shop for costumes.
Yeah.
I think probably Niv and I could probably go get costumes for everyone,
Yeah.
and then.
Well,
we don't
I
have
need to go. I
deal
need to
with
go
it.
shopping for a few other things. I forgot to get components for my spells, so I need to pick up a few small things too. So, Caroline can handle Groggle. I'm
gonna
saying
find
this
out.
very quietly. Are you?
Yeah, well, who can anybody really?
Does
How
Does
far out-
anybody who of all of us has the ability to communicate with one another? So if somebody gets in trouble, we can relay a message to the other part of the group.
If it's far, my message only goes 120 feet.
Yeah, okay, that's the problem.
If it's far, I mean Sora's really the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can send her, but
How
don't
far
know
from
where
that
center.
building to the central city is that, Matt?
From which building to the central city?
The building that they're going to go investigate, the one that Caroline took a look at last time.
Oh, it's much further than 150 feet.
like
or
a
whatever it
mile
was.
or
Yeah, you're probably looking at about that. Yeah,
are the guards with us right now?
yeah. The guards are waiting for you outside of the mess hall while you're eating.
So maybe we should designate a time to meet up, like in the afternoon, where if we're not there at the designated time, we would assume that something went wrong. Or
Yeah. How about what time is it right now, Matt?
It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun has made its way over the walls of Theondir Keep and is now shining into the courtyard, filling it up with a
And,
beautiful light.
It's how far of a trek to Center City is it from where we're at the barracks?
Not too far. I mean, you guys are, if you look on the map there, you're on that little red dot that's right of the center part there. So you're actually not that far away. It'd be about maybe half an hour.
Okay. So if we met at 12, we should have enough time. You guys case that joint. We'll find costumes and components, and then we can meet in Central City at like a tavern for lunch. And if you're not there by noon,
yep.
then
we
we
get some
know.
blinis and
Yeah. Or we could do brunch like at 11. We get some
Yeah,
mimosas.
Some mimosas.
Yeah, some bloodies maybe.
definitely get some nice bacon.
Agreed. Does that sound good all around?
Yes. Yep.
So
Good
okay, but yeah, that sounds good. But let me make sure. I mean, are we? Is this what we really want? I want to make sure. What else do we need to do? I mean, do we need to talk about what happened last night at all?
Yes, we do. And I want to talk to you about.
And I'm kind of silently like, the guards are here.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I think when we can get some time
Yeah.
more secluded, I think we should all talk to each other about what happened last night, as well as what I encountered with Lathander. He gave me somewhat of an answer last night that I'd like to share with you.
well, we need to. What can't we just kind of go aside right now? I mean, the sooner we do that, the better, because I don't want us splitting up, not knowing everything.
I mean, can we kind of huddle in a group and
Yeah,
talk in
Tell
a
the
way where the
guards.
guards do not hear us?
group huddle.
I mean,
are
the
we
guards
far
are
enough
actually
away?
standing at guard outside of the mess hall, so they're not actually in the mess hall right now.
okay.
They're waiting
So
for
we
you
can-
outside.
okay.
There's a
Quietly
lot of
operate
people in here
some-
eating breakfast. It's loud. There's a lot of
Okay.
dishes being clinks and clanks and silverware, and people shouting and yelling, and soldiers who are had too much to drink the other night or waking up. And yeah, you could easily move off to the side on a little table and have a conversation if you want.
Okay, so let's do that.
Yeah.
So Traego, and well, we can fill Groggle in too. But we tried unsuccessfully last night to get into the Synchari Academy, many times, many times unsuccessfully. When we came back to our room, I was rather frustrated. I prayed to Lathander to show me some sort of sign to point us in the right direction. And when I woke from my trance, there was the sun was shining directly on your book, Traego. And so I'm wondering if you've read the book. Do you know what's in the book? What sort of answers could it give us?
I have found a few answers, and I believe they're beyond my capabilities, but Niv might be able to learn a few spells.
What kind of answers did you find?
I found the spell to get us in, or through what is a barrier to get us into the academy.
You're burying the lead.
Yeah. Well, I'm keeping this on the
Labeled,
deal.
like
I would-
chapter, how to get into the academy?
Not so straightforward, but I did find a few spells for you. I can't, but Matt, I can't use them. We said.
No,
would
you
need to
can't
be
use
learned.
them.
They
No,
would need to be learned by an actual wizard.
that's true. An
And-
actual wizard would have
okay.
to learn them. Yep.
So I have the pages bookmarked, and I don't know how hard it is for you to learn these spells, but we do have the answer to that. And there's one other spell that might actually help in combat. And I'm not going to give you the book here because it's conspicuous, but when we have real alone time,
And what book is this?
it's called The Ways of the Synchari, and I got that way before we met.
Way back in
Session
Haldir
2.
Harbor.
Yeah, Haldir Harbor.
That's crazy.
And this was just a book you found.
A book I found. So
Convenient.
we have
How
some answers.
fortuitous.
Yeah, we have some answers on that front, and then
Do I believe him that he just found this book?
Give me an insight check.
Dice Tower.
It'll 11.
Absolutely. He just found it. Yep. It was a great find.
To Caroline, what is your goal here going to check this house out? You already, from what I understand, you already checked it out yesterday, and I don't believe these two chuckle fucks are going to be able to help you find anything else. Correct?
Yeah, and I started to question that too. I was going to ask you guys. I mean, I don't know if there's more important things that we need to be doing than I think that we should do. The only reason I wanted to go with them is I want to know what the hell. This isn't a normal kind of a druid thing to do. This isn't just to
Right.
disappear and be this kind of mysterious. This isn't.
I mean, we were conscripted. We were being paid to protect
Right.
Maalethon and Tyrius. And if there is a threat of somebody being able to just go into the castle and do whatever they want. Take whoever they want.
Well,
So keep in mind, guys,
That's
too,
a threat
that
worth looking into.
we
they
gave
can
them
just-
at least, 2 of our medallions, right? So we may have...
did?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yep,
We
they have
made-
2
And we
official
did.
medallions
Yes,
from Theondir, the highest authority in
Oh.
Theondir.
But
They have
if they can
medallions.
if they can just walk into the keep, why would they take Graywater and not try and mess with Tyrius or Feuerbrand or anyone else?
Well, I don't know that's their... I mean, they're not necessarily into...
We don't know their end game.
Yeah.
Because the druids and the Nart
But
aren't.
what good does Graywater get them?
I think Graywater's one of
We
them.
don't know.
Yeah, I think Graywater.
He is
What
one
native?
of them, but he's also one of. He's also working for Tyrius. He's playing both sides. What we don't know is who his real allegiance lies to.
Right.
Right.
I mean, that would be the main reason I would go, is to, well, 2, 1, to find where the Druids are, but then to get more information. But if we think that there's going to be more value for me and Groggle, by the way, going to the Synchari temple.
Well,
'Cause
that
it-
has to be put on hold for now.
Matt, was there a window in Graywater's quarters at all?
Oh,
I mean, or was it just the door?
It was just the door. Yeah, there were no windows in this. It was a pretty
Imagine it.
secure
So
location.
they let him out, and then
yeah. And I was gonna ask
Well-
Niv, do you have any idea the feathers? I'm assuming it's a sleep spell. Do we know?
Well, I'm just wondering,
And I
how do we
had the sleep spell
know?
at one
How
point.
do we know someone came in to get him? How do we
Yeah,
know
well,
he
the
didn't do
guards
this
came
and
to
just
the-
leave?
Maybe Graywater just
You don't know.
waved his hands and
yeah, we
All-
kind of...
Well,
All the
I had-
information, the only information you got from Feuerbrand was that they found the guards asleep under some magical spell, feathers
Okay.
around them, the door open, none of the food, water touched. That's
Okay.
all the information they have.
So
Yeah,
at
you're
one
right.
point
Did we-
I knew the sleep spell, and it doesn't take a feather, so it wasn't just a normal sleep spell, a level
Well, do we
1.
know anything about Graywater? Can he cast spells? Do we know
You
that?
don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, that's something we should have asked Firebrand.
But if-
Shit.
If he is a druid, though, he can change into an animal, I'm sure.
Okay.
He's hyperfall.
Is there any more sensitive information that anybody else has that we need to discuss real quick?
we also need to deliver the peridot dust. Well,
Yes.
what's left of it.
Yeah. Okay, we got that covered. The 3 of us can take me, you, and Niv. Before we talk to the guards, I had a little chat with Firebrand. The Tycho and Genevieve, those weren't new names to him. So, now, the 5
did
of
he
us.
tell you? He told you that.
No, but I could.
You
I
could
know.
tell.
I could tell. So now, the people that know the name Tycho and Genevieve are us here in this group. Firebrand knows that we know, and assuming he tells Maalethon, he will know, or if he doesn't already know, and these 4 guards that were with us. So
makes
now,
me
if
very-
this information gets out, we know that it's somebody that heard these names.
It makes me very nervous. Feuerbrand might be. I don't know if we should trust Feuerbrand
Yeah,
I don't trust
any more
him
than
at
we
all.
already do.
No. And Maalethon does. Firebrand has the key, the other end of the key that you have, Bholen, right? That's Firebrand, not Maalethon.
Right? Yep.
So we need to give these 2 guards that are with us some sort of information pertaining to Genevieve and Tycho that none of the other people have. So if it leaks out and rumors start spreading with this extra information, then we know where it came from, and then we know there's a leak.
I gotta tell you,
Set
though,
a trap.
Yes.
These 2 bumblefucks, though. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think that he gave us these guys to slow us down,
I think that's probably correct.
and they don't. If
Yeah,
we could
okay.
get them- the
I see
skies
what your
blue.
point is. So maybe not even. Don't worry about giving them any false information.
I mean, we can try, but I don't think they're even gonna glean. They might not even understand us.
I can tell you this, that Rasmus and Haldir are more seasoned soldiers. The other 2, Gavin and Rolf, which were the ones who were responsible for guarding Graywater, not exactly the same caliber of soldier.
Okay.
Those
So
are the
Gavin
2 that have
and
been
Rolf are
assigned to
coming-
you.
That begs the other
Gavin and
question:
Rolf are
is
the guards
why?
for us. And then the other two, Rasmus and Halvard, are going with Caroline, correct?
Yes.
That
Okay.
begs the question: why would Feuerbrandt assign 2 shitfuck guards to such an important prisoner, or
I was thinking.
somebody, 2 people so susceptible to a simple
Matt,
sleep
is
spell?
there any way I can get an audience with Firebrand again? I got 2
Feuerbrandt
questions.
he's left in. He's went into the keep, and he's gone at this point.
Well,
So
what can we do right now? All we can do is
Caroline goes with the 2 guards.
we need to get costumes. We need to deliver the goods, the peridot dust. So let's take care of those outliers so we can focus
Yeah.
on the greater task at hand. Let's spend a few hours, take care of our errands.
So Caroline, do you want to? Are you still going to accompany those 2?
Well, that's the thing is I'm not 100% sure now that that's a good use of our time.
Right.
If you'd like, Caroline, you can give them instructions. They were prepared to go there themselves and survey the building. You can also do that if you're so
That's
inclined.
kind of the way I'm leading right now because we got to take the peridot dust back,
Okay.
keep the costumes, and if maybe if Feuerbrandt is who we were kind of intimating that he is, maybe we need to watch our backs, and then if we're split up, that's just divide and conquer, really, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm in favor of going and delivering the peridot dust, and Groggle, if you still want to go and check out the building, I think you should.
Yeah, I'll go with.
So it'll be
Wait.
just you and the 4 guards.
2 guards.
2 guards.
2 guards.
The other 2 guards will come with the other group.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, Matt, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So Rasmus and Halvard, they take Groggle and begin to exit the
Hold
keep
on, hold
area.
on. I want
heading
to
out.
wave those, Matt. I want to wave those 2 guards over real quick,
Okay. Yes.
and I want to ask them. All right. So, what is your actual plan to case this place? What are you going to do? And I'm including Groggle in this conversation for sure.
Well, we'll probably just spend a little time walking the perimeter, making observations, perhaps wait and see if there's anybody coming in, coming out, take a general survey of the condition of the building, see if we can find anyone to talk to regarding it.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Can
Go
I-
ahead.
Do you have any recommendations?
Yes. So I would recommend there's the old woman who's the owner. I'd be curious to see what your read on her is. I have questions about her.
Did you get a name from her?
Did I get a name from her? No, I don't remember what it is. If I got it,
I was actually going to suggest you don't even talk to anybody.
Mrs.
Just
Harold.
are these guys conspicuous? I'm assuming we can tell they're still soldiers.
I mean, they
Are
have
they
their
gonna be
normal. They
armed?
have their normal street clothes on. They're bigger
Okay.
and buffer than most average people, but
All right.
they have normal street clothes on. They're concealing weapons.
So I'm going to tell them we have to assume this place is being watched. You don't go straight there. Don't talk to anybody. You observe. You stop at a few shops along the way. Look at the wares. Be casual. Look like you have somewhere to go, but you're not in a hurry.
It sounds in the
Fly-
description.
Fly
that,
casual.
fly casual.
Fly
Kiwi.
casual.
It sounds from the descriptions that it might be close to the sharp weapons shop. Is that correct?
Yes.
If that's the case, we'll stop there first and look into some weapons.
Good idea.
And we're trusting you with this job, gentlemen. And if you do it well, Maalethon will certainly hear of your leal service.
Indeed, we
Yeah.
always do our job well.
Are these the 2 nut jobs, or?
No,
These are the 2 really good soldiers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn to Groggle and say, Groggle, are you sure you want to go with them and split from us? I mean,
Decision's made. I'm going.
okay.
All right. Don't fight anybody. Don't kill anybody.
Please try not to kill somebody.
And
In
I'm
3
gonna
minutes,
ask-
both the guards are dead.
Yeah. Especially don't kill these 2 guys, okay? Under no circumstances do you kill these 2 guards. Now,
I look at him blankly.
Halvard, Rasmus, Central City, where is a tavern that you would suggest us to meet? at midday?
Well, there's a bunch of good ones, but my personal favorite is it's a more seedy kind of place. It's soldiers kind of hang out there. It's called Shooting Flesh in a Barrel.
You had that written down.
Shooting flesh in a barrel?
Shooting Flesh in a Barrel. Look for the sign with the big barrel. There's a foot hanging out.
Okay.
Wow.
Does that sound amenable to everyone?
Perfect.
Good?
I
All
just see it, man. I do.
Yeah. All right.
Perfect.
And that's in Central City, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit off the side. I mean, it's not right in the central part. I mean, it's not that kind of place. It's just a little off the side, but yeah. It shouldn't be too hard to find. Look for all the low lifes. You'll follow them, follow the trail, follow the blood. You'll find the place.
Great.
Sounds like a plan.
Real family established.
12:30 then. Is that what we're saying to meet? Groggle?
Yes.
And McAfee just popped up here. All right. I'm good.
All right, so Groggle and Rasmus and Halvard begin to move out of the area, and they start to head westwards.
Matt, one more thing. I'm sorry.
No,
and
before.
I'm going to, as they're walking away, I'm going to pull up my little copper wire and message either one of the guards. Be like, he's violent. Be careful. Keep him out of trouble. Offer to buy him a beer. If anything happens, you can reply to this message.
And in reply to the message, you don't hear anything except for you hear this ka-ching as you look down and you see the guard putting his hand firmly onto his knife, his sword, as he walks next to Groggle.
Yeah. I'm going to recast
Message.
but don't attack him because he will fucking kill you. You can reply to this
Without
message.
hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Understood, he says underneath his breath.
Okay.
Matt, do I know where the building is, or they got to lead me there?
They'll lead you there. You haven't been there, so they'll take you there. Do you want to follow? Do you want to follow Groggle and Rasmus Halvard, or do we want to follow the other guys, or how do you guys want to do this at this point?
Doesn't
You guys,
matter.
you guys go first.
Okay.
Well, we're all kind of going the same direction, really, for now. So, yeah, make our way to Central City Market or whatever. Pouring beer. All right, so
Are we getting costumes first, or are we
Well,
dropping
okay.
out?
Costumes would be right outside of the Theondir Keep. You're actually not that far away from there. You're only about a
Okay.
3-minute walk from that.
All right, let's do that first.
yeah, we'll do that first.
Slightly
Groggle.
east of.
When we're leaving Groggle, do you have a preference as to a costume?
What do you think?
Well, how tall is Groggle?
Like 7 feet tall?
Do you
Is this-
have any
so-
problem going in drag as a female half-orc?
You're gonna have to persuade me on that.
Don't tell him. Just buy it for him.
Yeah.
Well, because
So
I
is
don't
it-
want to get
is this a-
fucking brained by his mace.
Is this a fancy
Yeah.
It's like
party,
math.
or is it like a
Is it
costume,
like an
like
eyes wide
a
shut type
Halloween
thing?
party? Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of ambiguous in the description, but I mean, they're probably going to be people who are doing full out Halloween style costumes, crazy stuff. They're probably people who
I
do
would
more
assume
conservative
the costumer
mass.
is going to know what we should be wearing because he's probably outfitting tons of people for this at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the rest of us just make our way there, minus
Okay.
Groggle and the two guards.
Yep.
And
So the Groggle
what
and the
do we-
guards take off, and they head west. You guys head across the square, heading east. Remember this big square that is set out for where soldiers used to gather outside of the keep, or where soldiers would gather in a time of war. And right across from the square, you see there's a little side street, and on the side street is indeed a little sign that says the Swift Tailor. And there you see a hat, like a dunce hat there. And there's a beautiful sort of half ornate, half circle front door that lead into the building. A really small place, it looks like. A narrow building. What would you like to do?
Well, as we're walking over, can I try and pull either Gavin or Wolf, separate them from each other a little bit, ask one of them some questions?
Sure. Who would you like to sort of lead aside? Gavin is the little bit more the older, more responsible. Rolf, you can tell, is the younger. He's almost in his probably late teens, 18, 19.
Let's go with Gavin first.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, isn't Gavin the father of Rolf?
No, they're just both friends, soldiers. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So and he's far enough away Rolf can't hear. Correct?
Yeah, there you two are walking along. Yeah, Rolf is busy having words with the rest of the group as well. Quite interested in the group and quite trying to. You hear Rolf trying to desperately explain to the rest of the group why it wasn't his fault that they fell asleep.
Well, and that's what I want to ask Gavin. When we first were introduced, Rolf had mentioned that you guys were taking turns sleeping.
We each. I mean, we were in the middle of the night, so we had to sleep a little bit. It was couldn't be up all night, of course.
Isn't that kind of your job?
Well, we job. I mean, we have our instruction regard, but I mean, haven't you ever taken a break when you've been at work? Just a few minutes, I mean, you get tired when you're working all night.
Do you remember taking a break and falling asleep? Or do you only remember being a guard and then waking up?
I remember I was looking over at Rolf, and he sort of slumped down on the ground, and he sort of fall asleep. I walked over to him and I kind of kicked him a little bit and said, "Rolf, wake up! It's my turn to take a little nap." And then I felt my eyes getting quite heavy as well, and I thought seemed like a good idea, so I just sat down next to him for a couple of minutes. And when I woke up, there I was laid out on the ground, and Rolf was right next to me, and we had these I don't know, we had these feathers around us, and Graywater was gone, and there, standing above us, was Firebrand, and he was absolutely, what should we say, pissed off at us.
And there was no visitors had come in the night? You couldn't hear anything coming from inside the bedroom?
No, I mean, Graywater was sleeping. I mean, he was sleeping, eating his food. I don't know what he was doing. It was quiet. There was nothing going on.
Okay, well, thanks, Gavin. I mean, obviously, Feuerbrand had some faith in you guys. Graywater was a quite important prisoner.
Yeah,
so he wouldn't have put you guys there for no reason.
I mean, we have gone through the training, of course, and I mean, it wasn't that difficult of a task. We had to just lock the door and wait there, I guess. But strange things happen sometimes.
So the door was locked.
Oh, we had a lock on the door, indeed.
Yeah, is that, and Matt, is that just a door lock or an actual padlock?
No, it was just a normal a key lock in the door.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be possible to pick it.
And who had the key?
Well, I did, of course. Firebrand has keys as well. There's several keys for these doors. Maalethon has the master keys.
Okay. Do you still have the key on you now?
He looks down on his key ring.
I never thought about looking, actually.
And he looks down on the key ring and starts to look frantically through the keys. And he can't find the key. And he looks up at you, sort of disturbed. No, the key's gone.
Dan, bravo. Great bit there, buddy.
That might explain it. Rolf!
Hey, and you hear him screaming to Rolf, "Rolf, do you have the key for the door?" And Rolf turns over, "What key? I don't have any key. You have all the keys to the door."
Are they yelling at this point?
They're yelling at each other.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and say, "Keep your fucking voices down."
I told him it was his fault that we fell asleep. It was my turn to take a nap.
I'm telling you to
I told you that you were supposed to...
I'm telling you, shut the fuck up. You're yelling. Everybody can hear you.
Okay,
Gavin.
they kind of
Gavin,
quiet down a little bit there.
run back. Tell Firebrand that you do not have the key any longer.
Well, Feuerbrand said I was supposed to walk with you guys.
Well, we're
but
going to this building that's like a block away. You tell him that your key was stolen and any other keys that you maybe had on you, and then you come back.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm good at that. That's a 15 and a 16 plus, I believe it's 6. So
21, yeah?
Yeah.
So Gavin turns to Rolf and he says, Rolf, I think this is a good idea. You stay here with them. I'll go talk to Feuerbrand.
And I
don't
tell
fall
him,
asleep. Don't fall asleep anymore. And he turns around and starts heading back towards the
I grab him quick. Do it quietly. No one else is to know.
Oh, yes, master.
Feuerbrand or Maalethon, whoever you can get hold of.
Okay. I'll go.
Good on
And
you.
he takes off.
Go.
Running back towards Theondir Keep.
That's one.
That's one.
All right. Let's head. It's probably not going to take him long, so he's going to be coming back anyway. But
I want to cast detect. I want to cast detect magic.
On what in general?
Just within 30 feet, if there's any magical.
Okay, how close are you to the entrance of the Swift Tailor?
I don't know. How close are we to it?
I
right outside the door, aren't we?
Right outside the door when this was happening.
I'm more concerned about Gavin. Is there anything magical on Gavin? Is he in disguise? Does he have any magical items on him?
Good point. You don't detect anything except for there is a bit of a trace of a spell left over on him from the late evening morning.
Probably the sleep spell. Okay.
But you also do detect a bit of a magical essence coming out of the Swift Tailor. There's almost a conjuration type of magic coming out of sort of seeping out of the door.
So it's coming.
Enhanced costumes.
Yeah. Is it coming from the door, or can I see basically where it's coming from through the door?
I mean, it's coming it's coming sort of around the door, through the wall. I mean, there's a sense like it's sort of emanating, sort of like reverberations coming from inside of the Swift Tailor. Okay. So not necessarily the door.
Wait, Traego.
Yeah.
Did you show Niv the spells or no?
Not yet. I didn't want to do that. I still have the book on me.
Okay.
Right. Matt's getting serious now.
It's starting to get cold in here now.
Because just like out of character, like he has to write the spells down in his book, doesn't he?
Yep. Yeah. So it'll cost you about 50 gold per spell, and it'll take you about 2 hours to copy them into his book.
Okay.
Unless they're illusion spells, then it's.
I don't. Were either of them here?
No, one is a conjuration, and the other one is evocation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess walk up to the Swift Tailor, and I'm gonna tell Rolf to. As the others go in, I'll hold back in a stand guard here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll stand guard right here, sir.
Yep. And I kind of pat him.
I can do that.
I'd say on the shoulder, but I'm not tall enough, so I'll just like kind of pat him on the leg or wherever I can get.
All right. He stands outside the door. He's pretty serious about his new job. He's got a new task, and he's going to prove himself worthy. So you guys push through the ornate half circle front door, and you come into this well kept and clean store. It's nearly 10 times as long as it is wide. So what looked like a tiny store is actually it's this long stretching, almost like a banquet room. And the scent of fresh fabrics and chemicals immediately strikes your nostrils as you step through the door over the threshold. And on the left side of the store, along the entire 60-foot wall, there are racks and racks of various garments and costumes affixed to horizontal sticks that are hanging from long wooden rods dropped down from the ceiling. And each of the pieces of clothing has a different colored tag with various names and writing on them. And on the opposite side Rack after rack line the wall, from which hang a greater variety of fabrics than any you've ever seen before. There's brilliant blues and greens, floral patterns, abstract shapes, flowering silks, leather, wool, cotton. And in the center of the room is a long, dark oak table on which rests various measuring devices and knives for cutting the fabrics. And behind the table towards the back of the store is an enormous bin filled to the brim with various bits and pieces of fabrics, trimmings, ropes, tassels, and other odds and ends that have been used in previous projects, but saved for potential use in the future. And as the door slams shut behind you with a thud, you notice now a small figure dressed in a dark blue tailor's apron, under which is a shirt and pants of brilliant white, who begins to approach you from the back of the store. His feet are sort of rapidly shuffling under him. And as he gets closer, you see before you what looks to be a mix between an elf and a halfling, a bit in his later years, with long, pointy ears sticking out of his bushy gray hair and squinty eyes that scan back and forth in the room. And stuck into his apron are numerous needles of various sizes, and the front pocket protrudes a spool of white thread as well as a textile knife. In both of his small hands, he grasps an enormous mug of steaming tea smelling of licorice and cloves. It is almost half the size of his head, and which covers his entire face every time that he takes a sip. And he shuffles up to where you are standing, and he looks up.
Well, well. I see before me that we have something of some new visitors. Welcome to my shop. This is the Swift Tailor, the finest establishment for textiles and tailor work in all of Theondir. How may my services be of use to you?
Quick question. Do we
Are
get
you
the sense
okay?
that he's blind? Eric, you're not with us. Do we get the sense that he's blind?
Give me a
I'm just
quick
I'm
perception
just gonna kind of go like this, like.
You're gonna wave your hand from? I mean, he's
Yeah.
kind of tracking you, yeah. So
Okay,
maybe not
so-
entirely blind.
All
He
right.
probably can't see very well though.
I think that was just Matt's character.
Yeah. Good day to you, sir. Me and my friends come inquiring about costumes for. Would it be tomorrow? Well, this is the
2
day
days.
before the thing. 2
2
days.
days before, yeah. 2 days.
For the
Tridecade.
Masquerade Ball, the Tridecade Ball, and we need to be outfitted for costumes as soon as possible.
Oh, you're looking for some costumes for the upcoming festival. Ha! You and everyone else in Theondir. Unfortunately, we've already had most of our rush coming in. The requests have already come in from the previous weeks. That means my services are, in fact, currently available. The only question that remains, of course, is this. What kind of costumes do you have in mind?
Well, we
Matt,
are.
can I tell where the magic is coming from now? The spell lasts 10 minutes. Has it been 10 minutes since we
Yeah,
opened the door?
you actually notice, as he's speaking, holding his cup and drinking, every time he moves his fingers, there's like almost little sparks that come out of his fingers. And with your magical spell that you cast, Identify Magic there, it's as if that those sparks are, they're even brighter to you. And you see that the magical essence that was coming out of this place, reverberating out of this shop, centers in his hands and his fingers in some strange, odd way.
Okay. Interesting.
As you probably know, my name is Yenfire Fastfingers. My name and the name of my shop is a reflection of a single reality. I am not only a tailor, but I am a Swift Tailor. There's hardly a tailor in all of Theondir, and I dare say even in all of Terraven, who can compete with my speed and skill. So if you're looking for some costumes, you've come to the right place.
Fast fingers, you say?
Dude,
Yen
this is
Fire
my
quite-
favorite.
Fingers.
This is
You
my
must have
favorite
been quite
NPC.
popular with the ladies back in your day.
Well, there are some stories about me that have made their way around Theondir.
Well, I'd like to hear those sometimes. Well, we're new to.
Did he say
Theondir.
this is just one reality? Is that what he
Yeah.
said? How many realities are you responsible for?
Gotcha.
I did say that. My name.
There's one reality, the reality where I, Yenfire Fastfingers, It's in the center of it.
Here's you.
Have you heard about possible worlds? That
Like he just had a lemon squirting in his eyes.
Yeah.
Keep it together, Noah. Check.
All right. We all have to make a pact. Every time we're back in Theondir, we're talking to this guy just to make Matt do the voice.
you, big one. You, the one who looks like some kind of lizard. What's your name? Stand
I'm
here,
not-
please.
I'm not with you
No,
guys.
he's
No,
talking
it's me.
It's Caroline.
Oh,
Caroline.
Me.
oh,
So he's shorter, right?
Oh, he's extremely short. Yeah,
So I
he's,
get
he's
up
like
right
Traego short.
Yeah, okay, so I get up right up on him and I kind of look down at him and say, "My name is Caroline, and I want to be a druid. That's what I want my costume to be,
You would like to be a druid costume.
with my wolf. So I think that would go well with my wolf.
I'm sorry to say that's neither very challenging nor interesting.
Okay, well, tough.
But
can you-
whatever, if you're the customer, if that's what you want, I will make that.
Right.
I will make that one for you.
Yes, you will.
And and you see, he pulls out a measuring line out of his pocket, and he begins to take your measurements: your chest, your arms, your legs, your inseam.
Easy there, easy.
We're getting all the way up. Make sure he's getting every inch just right there.
Don't forget to lift
Um,
the walls.
Your neck as well. Your massive dragonborn neck.
Ooh, give him some big antlers. Give him some big antlers.
So you say you would like to have a druid. Can you give me something of a description of how you would like this costume to look before I begin?
Want it basically to be like a darker robe with a hood. That's kind of easy flowing, easy fitting. It's kind of bigger, it's bulkier. Or not bulkier, but gives me a lot of free movement.
Lots of free movement. Okay. It's a big bulky.
Having taken a brief moment of silence to envision your description in his mind, Yenfire immediately springs into action. He pulls down fabrics from the wall. He's casting them onto the table. He dives headfirst into that bin, right into that bin of odds and ends, and begins to dig around, looking for various pieces, pulling them out, throwing them onto the table. He climbs out of the bin, returns to the table, takes a deep breath, pulls out a pair of dark glasses from his pocket that he adorns. And the magic begins. His fingers set into motion in a blur, rapidly and cutting, running needle and thread through the fabrics and random cloth pieces, and the more he works, the larger and brighter the light and the sparks begin to jump from his fingers. What looked at the beginning like a faint glow has now turned into something of an explosive flash, like hundreds of welders focusing their torches on the same piece of metal. And the light becomes more and more intense to the point that all of you must avert your eyes. It is so bright. And with a crack and a sizzle, the last of the sparks fades as the glow of Yenfire's fingers subsides. He steps back from the table, and resting there, miraculously in that short amount of time, is the finished costume.
Not bad, I must say so myself.
And he takes the costume off the table and brings it over to you.
Come along now, let's give it a try, he says.
Matt,
And he
What-
sets it into your hands.
was the magic, the light and everything, was that arcane in nature? Can we tell?
Give me a Arcana check.
Oh, that's gonna be good. I think that is.
Isn't all magic arcane in nature?
That's a 20. No.
I mean, it's definitely a very old kind of magic.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Can we tell
Of the
how old
conjuration
he
type.
is? Because you said he was halfling and elf, kind of.
Yeah. He seems
okay, and
pretty
he's-
old.
He seems pretty old. Okay.
Matt,
Yeah.
do I recognize him? Have I heard of him before? I mean, in my years of...
Roll a d20 for me.
16.
16. You've heard rumors of the best tailor in all of Theondir, and perhaps even the entire continent of Terravin. So this name seems familiar. You've never met him before, though.
Okay.
cool. So, big one, what do you think of this costume? Is this something that will work for you?
So it fits my whole body. I can fit like my sword underneath it, and
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, it's exactly like you described it. It's got this a big, bulky, nice shoulder robe that comes down. It's still there's enough material that you're able to move your legs around. It's got this beautiful hood, and as you pull the hood up over your head, you see that there is this incredible design embroidery of gold going through it that comes down the side of the hood over to the shoulder and makes this amazing dragon that's sort of crouching around an orb. Amazing handiwork.
okay, it's a little too ostentatious for me, but I think it'll work.
Would you prefer that I simplify it? I can make you something of a simpler version.
No, this will work. I think it'll be fine.
I think that's good, actually. And I want to pull Niv and Bholen aside for a second. Do we want us to be inconspicuous or noticeable? Or a combination of the two? Have one or two of us close to who we need to protect?
The question I have
of
is,
us...
who's going to be the sexy nurse? That might stick out.
I mean, I'm saying Groggle's not here. Inconspicuous?
Is Maalethon or Tyrius, are they at the party?
I believe the whole point, like we're protecting him at the party.
Yeah, they'll be at the party.
It's a costume
Tyrius-
party. It's a costume
Sirius
party.
is
Everybody
is
going
supposed to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's going to be in costume, so I think it would be more conspicuous if we weren't in costume.
But
If you-
okay, I shoot.
you know what
I don't know that you cast detect magic on him. Okay. So if he can make us a costume where we're just not really noticeable, that you're just kind of eyes slide past him if he's that good. Seeing what we've
invisible?
seen, seeing that he's mad, like he uses magic obviously in his costume making. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell him I want, I'm next. I'm gonna walk up and say,
Step up, my friend. What can I get for you for your costume? For the
I need a
festivities?
costume that's gonna go over my armor, conceal my rapier and my daggers, and my crossbow.
Concealing these weapons, yes.
Allow me to move freely, and
Moving
if you
freely,
can
yes.
add any little extra magic,
Extra magic. Yes.
so eyes slide off, so I'm less noticeable.
He wants a
Maybe-
snuggie.
Yeah.
What exactly do you have in mind? You don't want to be noticed? My costumes are the most notable thing in all of Theondir.
Consider it a challenge then.
I see. There's no challenge that is too challenging for Yenfire Fast Fingers.
He flies back into his action. Same thing. He whizzes around and is working like crazy. And you see eventually, once again, the sparks flying as a ball blast of light. And there on the table is a simple bluish cloak. He pulls the cloak up and brings it over to you, Traego. Says, "Okay, my friend, you gave me a challenge. Now try this one on. We'll see if this is what you have in mind." He passes the cloak to you.
Put it over my shoulders, attach it however you would attach a cloak.
Okay, so you place the cloak over your head, over your shoulders, and it's a beautiful blue cloak. Like this, it's got this like gradients in it that goes from dark blue to light blue on the top. But you notice one thing: there's a clasp on the center here of two oak leaves that are holding it together, the cloak. And the strange thing is that when you open up the cloak on one side and wrap it around you, the inside of the cloak, immediately you become camouflaged. You fit in with the background that you're standing next to. So it's not an invisibility cloak, but it's something of a camouflage cloak. So if you turn the cloak inside out, if you turn the cloak inside out, you will blend into a background fairly well, which will give you some Nice advantage on stealth checks.
Okay, so the normal cloak is just a blue, dark blue to light blue.
Yep.
And then turn it inside out, and then it's like a camouflage.
Yep, it's a cloak that gives you sort of camouflage, which will give you advantage on stealth checks.
Urban camouflage or just regular camouflage?
All kinds of camouflage in any setting.
Son.
Wow.
Hey, Paul, you fucked up by not asking me to get more specific.
Hey, I set the tone though, man. You just knew what to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm happy. You're a master at your trade.
That's what I told you. I said I was the best tailor in all of Caravan.
One question for you. Do you do armor? Or is it just clothes?
I do costumes. This is called a Swift Tailor. Have you ever tried to put a needle through metal?
Well, I'm talking leather. Can you put a needle through leather?
Of course I can put a needle through leather.
All right. I am going to definitely be back to talk to you.
Of course, the Theondir Keep is footing the bill for this one. Next time it'll be on your own money, of course.
Of course. Shit.
Who's next? Do we have anybody else who wants a costume, or are we just gonna sit here and look at each other's belly buttons all day?
What?
Oh my god, that's fucking amazing. All right.
Is my belly button out? Like,
I guess he's looking at all your belly buttons because that's about the
looks at
level
it,
that
yeah.
he's at.
I sent you a message on WhatsApp, Matt. Did you take a look at that?
I don't have it. I don't have it with me. Crap.
Do we need to take a break so Dan can?
Do you guys need to take a little break?
No,
not yet.
if Dan's got something to say though.
Well, it was just about the costume that I want. It's a visual reference.
Oh, okay. Do you want to go ahead and try it?
Yeah, because I'm going to ask him. Does he do wigs and masks too?
I do
Or
all
is it
sorts
just
of costumes.
clothes?
I can do wigs. I can do masks. I can do all sorts of things. Yes.
Okay. So then I want a blonde wig, like big, like 80s rocker type
Yes.
Nice.
hair with a like a blue coat, but dark blue,
Big head.
like waistcoat,
Waistcoat,
that
yes.
has the tails,
Yes, a tail. Yes. Some tails. Yes.
and then a frilly white cravat, like the big
Yes.
poofy, whatever the fuck that is.
You going
And then
mascot?
like skin tight black pants,
Skin tight black pants. Yes.
Going as Elton John?
Yes. Yes.
And-
Yes.
and then the mask.
Rocket Man.
The mask is just it stops at the nose,
Yes.
but it's kind of like a skull with some horns, and then the little holder thing, that you put the mask up with is like
Yep.
a skeleton
Little
arm.
stick. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he walks over to the wall to the bin and pulls out a tuft of long hair. And then he says, this would work. I found this off of a dead horse outside of Theondir a few years ago. I can probably use this to make your wig. And he starts whipping things together.
And horse hair?
Blast of light. And there on the counter, after just a matter of seconds, is your costume, exactly as you described it. Big wig, beautiful mask, beautiful blue coat with the ruffles and everything. And he brings it over to you and says, please try this one on for me.
Okay, I try it on.
Okay, and it looks amazing. By far the best looking costume probably at this point. It
Okay.
fits you perfectly.
Yeah, and there's some sparkles along the shoulder and the upper back.
Are you
Absolutely.
basically going to be peacocking then, Dan?
Yeah. What's
Draws
going on?
much
You're kind of
attention to
like
you?
you're,
And
think
the
it's
sparkles on the
Being
back actually change
inconspicuous would
colors.
make you conspicuous. I
Yeah,
think,
right.
at a
Okay.
masquerade ball.
I like it. I like it.
So it looks great. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, thanks.
I'm assuming you're all taking your
And
costume
fire.
off after you put them on.
Oh,
You're
I'm
not
leaving
wearing
my
them.
I'm leaving my cloak on, but I'm leaving
Okay.
it's not inside out. It's just normal.
Just the normal blue. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I got to tell you when I want to turn it inside out.
Yep.
I'm
Exactly.
assuming.
Yeah.
So who's next? Is there anybody else?
Kind of push pull.
oh, my
forward.
good friend. I think that leaves me Your reputation precedes you. I've heard tales of a man that can do the things that you do, but I never thought in all my years that
You can write on that page. Yeah.
I would actually experience it.
Of course you've heard. I'm Yen Pathfinger. Of course you've heard of me. That's not
Please
news
not
to
on the
me.
front page, bud.
Sir, I'm a devoted symbol of the god Lathander. He is what, if I'm sure you've heard of him. I would like to be the visual representation of him. And I'm
Fire
going to
elemental.
describe to him
Fire elemental.
I'm going to describe to him the vision when we all
Right.
saw him.
Yeah. When you were hanging upside down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to describe to him exactly what that looked like. I want a mask that is the visual representation of what I saw.
Okay. Yeah.
White clothes,
Oh,
gold trim, long gold robes. Or, sorry, long white robes with gold trim looking like the sun.
Yeah.
Almost like the dawn is rising up from my costume.
He steps back with a bit of a smile on his face, and he says, "This wouldn't be the first request of this kind this week. Would you like to see?" Yes, indeed. I've had somebody else who's requested something similar. If I understand this correctly, you're looking for something with a sun, some radiance coming out of the costume. Is that correct?
Yes, that's exactly correct. Who was, if, and I understand if you won't tell me, but who is the individual who asked for this previously?
It's hanging up over in the rack over there. Go ahead and take a look at yourself while I make your costume, he says. And he goes back to the table and poof, starts firing ahead, and these sparks start flying. And you look over to the rack, and there's tons of costumes. But there is a single costume in particular that sticks out above the others. It does have this sort of sun sort of nature to it, and it's quite a beautiful costume. And it's about halfway down in the rack, standing there, and you can see the sort of radiance, the beams sticking out of the costume off of the neck area.
Mm-hmm. Is this similar to what you'd be making me?
1 second, I'm still working here. Do you want me to? And he stopped for a
I
second.
walk up to Bholen and I ask him if it looks. Does that look familiar to us from the dream? Is it very similar, or?
Give me a perception check there.
Ooh, I'm roll. We're gonna get if we get into combat, I'm fucked because I'm rolling really well right now. God damn. 19.
So it's not exactly like the vision you remember. This costume is even a bit more over the top. This one is bright red. It has like this. Not only does it have this massive sun coming off with radiant beams, but it has like this solar system embroidered onto the chest, the whole length of it, and it's got this enormous golden hood that, like I said, shooting out these rays, solar flares that jut something like 2 feet upwards. And it's not exactly the same kind of costume. And you look down on the tag, and on one side of the tag you see solar extravaganzas written on one side.
Solar extravaganza. Does that mean anything?
I'm gonna, Bholen, does that mean anything to you, or is that something?
I mean, I think it's the name of the costume. And as you flip the card over, on the back side, you see a name on the back. Belf Berrydown.
Belf?
Is it with an E or
Baelf. Belf. And then the last name, Berrydown. Berrydown. Belf Berrydown.
So he basically is wearing that costume. or ordered that costume? We can infer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the costume that's been ordered for you.
Okay.
You can tell from all these costumes, there's got to be several hundred of them lined up here that people are going to be coming and picking them up probably in the next couple days.
I really want to steal
tomorrow.
that costume, but god damn it.
Does that name mean anything to me?
Why don't you all of you, give me a history check and Niv with advantage.
Oh, that's not so great.
History. 18.
10.
And 8.
17.
What were your numbers again? 17?
I had a 10.
18.
And 8.
Niv, you when you hear that name, when you see the name, I'm assuming you said it aloud, Bholen.
Yeah.
When Bholen says the name out loud, you pause for a second because it is extremely familiar, as if you've read that name somewhere before. And Bholen, you also get this overwhelming sense that you've seen that name before in print somewhere. You've read it somewhere, but you can't, neither of you can quite remember where you read it. But it's a name that you've read before. Not only on this tag, but somewhere else. But you just can't quite remember. Your memory is fading you a little bit there. You've read the name.
Okay.
I'm going to, when I hear the name, I'll mention to Renfire. I didn't realize that Balf was going to be here. What's he doing nowadays?
Of course, he received a special invitation from Tyrius himself to come and visit us during these festivities. He's here to share all of his wonderful wealth of knowledge and information and spectacular stories.
Sparks still flying out of his hand as he's working while he's talking away.
Is he a bard or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna mention this is a name I've never heard of. Is he a famous musician or?
Barry Down. Are you serious? You've never heard of Barry Down?
Well, I'm not from this area actually. This is all. I've only been here a few days and I don't have a lot of experience in Theondir.
Well, if you want to meet him yourself, he's in town until the festivities. I'm sure he's over there somewhere in Central City in one of the bookshops. He is a quite esteemed author with quite a decent number of interesting works to his name.
Does he write history or is it novels? Fiction?
Mostly novels. He's got these great stories. I really appreciate them.
Really? Okay. Well, thank you for the recommendation. I will definitely seek him out.
I am going to take out because we have all of our packs and all that with us.
You have all your packs with you, yeah.
I'm going to take out that book that I bought a long ass time ago. Who's the author of that book?
You pull the book out, hold it up, and on the cover of it says Carnivore Carnival, a thriller. And you open up the book, and on the first inside page, Carnivore Carnival, a thriller by Belf Berrydown.
Motherfucker, how do you
Right.
you said the name of the book and I'm like, okay, I remember that. Oh, damn it, man. All right.
Here you are, sir. I'm done with your costume, he says. He brings it over as the sparks fade and the lights begins to dim, and he brings over your costume. And it's similar to Belf Berrydown's costume. Not quite as extravagant, not quite as bling bling, but it is a beautiful costume. White robes with beautiful embroidery. It has this symbol of Lathander on the chest, and like these sunbeams kind of coming off of the back. Amazing costume.
Is it representative of the vision we had, of what I remember him looking like?
There weren't sunbeams coming off of it. he added that little flourish himself.
But you got to give the artist a little bit of leeway, Tim.
Everything else looks pretty similar. Yeah.
Sir, it's fantastic. I will say that the flourish you gave, while very extravagant and brilliant, is not an accurate representation of the god that I worship.
Very well. And he takes it and rips off the sunbeams, pulls off the threading, and throws them onto the ground. As you wish. Of course, never question the artist. The artist is always the artist, but the customer is also the customer. So here you are. He passes it back to you.
Thank you. I think this is much more similar to what I was hoping for.
As long as you're satisfied, I'm satisfied. Is there anybody else who needs a costume in this party, or can we be finished here?
I'm gonna butt in here and say we have two other party members that weren't able to make it today. One of them is a quite large fellow, and the other one happens to be very similar to my own body type, and he wants some sort of regal nobleman's outfit that makes him very charismatic and fancy and well liked. Can you put something together like that for him?
Give me a deception check with advantage.
You're pretty good at this, buddy.
Uh, 14.
14. Okay. He looks a little sideways at you, but says, yeah, very well. Theondir's paying for these, and I will make the costumes that you want. You said you wanted two. You wanted a regal one, and you want another one for this other guy. What do you want for this
I was hoping
guy?
Eric wouldn't come back. I was hoping he would come back so we could surprise him.
And now's your chance,
Eric,
guys. What do you want for Groggle?
What should we put Groggle in?
The Flintstone.
Something.
Maybe we could dress him up like a mug.
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say
a mug of ale.
How that I had something with here. How?
Because I was thinking, something either really ridiculous or just like a little party hat. That would be good. Just one of the two.
Like a lollipop. Oh, like a little sailor's outfit? No. How common are half orcs in the city?
It's like the YMCA fantasy version. So half orcs are not very common in Central City. You'll see all sorts of orcs, half orcs, other creatures over in Upper Gate Town, Lower Gate Town, even into the North Bank a little bit. Definitely not in the South Bank. Definitely not down there, and not very much in the Central City. So
I'm gonna try to get these guys together quietly. We want him to go as flamboyant as possible. We try to tone it down a little bit.
Here's the thing: if we get him to look as audacious and crazy as possible, there's going to be a lot of people coming up to him and talking to him, and that adds a ton of risk for mass violence.
Or we could do scary crazy where people stay away from him.
My vote is we make something fun, but not terribly out of the ordinary. Something just fun enough where he would be part of the crowd, but still.
So make him a wood elf. Give him the ears.
Could we make him a costume where he would only be able to hear us? Just some
Dungeons and Dragons. It's not goddamn magic.
Oh shit! This is really sensitive subject here.
Yeah.
How about can we make?
Why don't we talk to? Wait, maybe. What's his name? Has some ideas.
He has an idea.
Sir, our giant friend here is quick-tempered, very aggressive, very.
Not the sharpest jack in the box.
Not the smartest person you've met. We need something that will keep him calm, something that won't attract much attention to criticism or even positive reinforcement.
Ooh.
Any ideas?
I have one question.
Hmm.
Our friend likes to drink a prodigious amount of ale.
Is
Is there is there anything you could give him? God damn, no, this, yeah, never mind. Do your magic.
Make him a
So
swizzle.
the question I have for you then is, would it be possible to get him inside of a bubble?
Would he know he was in the bubble?
I'm thinking we make him some sort of bubble boy costume where he's a
Okay. What would we?
he's a half orc inside of a big bubble, and inside of the bubble we pipe in laughing gas inside the bubble, so he'll be a very happy half orc.
That is brilliant.
Okay, that's brilliant. Couple
That's something
questions.
but the question is, can you get him inside of the bubble?
We could probably do that because he likes to drink, so laughing gas shouldn't be an issue. If we
Otherwise, he
need
can
him-
carry the bubble with him, and then that can be his costume. A half orc carrying a bubble.
Could we have the bubble just cover his head?
You
Yes,
guys
that would be
missed it.
possible. That would be possible as well.
Like a
Okay,
helmet. It's like a
a
helmet.
helmet, like a helmet.
Like a
Perfect.
half orc bubble
So-
helmet.
Need
With
him to
laughing
be
gas.
able-
Bubble.
You guys missed it. That could
No,
be
I
his
didn't.
costume, a half orc carrying a bubble.
You got that one.
Uh,
do you-
this
I mean, we're
this
carrying a
laughing
bubble.
gas. This laughing gas. I'm
Hmm.
unfamiliar. Would that, if he were to take this helmet off, would that get out of his system so he would be able to function normally quickly?
He would be fine after a few seconds or months.
Oh, I like this. I like this.
Serious.
And could
irreparable
would he,
damage.
one more question: would he be able to drink, put like a mug of beer through
Mm.
a bubble? Would your magic?
I could-
Is that
What about?
I
Like
think
a
it would be
straw?
possible for
Yeah,
me
you
to
could just-
affix some sort of straw
Straw.
mechanism onto some sort of holders on the sides of the bubble, so we can.
Yes,
Like a,
what
a
if- yeah,
giant
it was a-
mosquito
Oh, yeah, like a-
helmet.
Yeah.
do we
Can we
think
get him a
Rago?
finger too? Can we get him a?
Okay, so yes to the bubble on the head for the helmet with the laughing. What else?
Can he share the laughing gas?
Yeah, how long does this laughing gas last?
I can give you several cartridges that would last several hours or days, depending on how much you want to spray into it.
I'm liking this guy. I'm on board 100% with this.
I'm imagining it's something of an orangish kind of bubble, and we can give him a long sort of robe, and we can call him, we can call him an orange on top of a toothpick or something.
An olive. He's like
Love
a.
it. Yeah, ooh, an olive on a toothpick. Could we do that?
Look at the size of his head.
Yeah. And he's like 7 feet tall.
7-foot toothpick.
He's very big. We're gonna try to give him the closest measurements that we can.
I'm 6'10", 350 pounds.
Yeah.
Matt had me at 6'10" and like 220.
Yeah.
Like, that's not right.
Me motherfucker. All right, I'm down with this. If anybody has any objections.
So let me get this straight. He's gonna have a giant orb on his head that's orange.
Green, because it's an olive,
Let's
and you
make it
can
green.
see
Let's
through
make
it,
it
right?
green.
You can see through it, and you can hear only us, or we gave that up.
No, like that.
He can. I
It
think
won't matter
he'll be able to
because
hear
it'll be-
sounds.
Yeah.
He could be
So-
laughing.
Okay, so he's gonna be drugged.
Very
Okay.
low levels.
Lo-
Yeah, we need like not a full. We need very light administration of this gas, So not that he's laughing the entire time, but just that he's a little happier than normal.
We can set it on a very low level.
Okay.
That would be seeping
Right.
into the bubble.
Yeah, like an IV drip. Yeah.
Something like that would be.
I'm gonna let you guys decide this.
Okay, I think I have. I think.
No, Caroline. Hey, I value
I
your
think I have the
opinion.
vision. I think I have the vision here. And
Give us
so
a couple canisters that we could set like.
Yeah,
he's
we're gonna
still
need a bunch of
crazy.
canisters.
Like we can up the ante a little bit. We can up it and lower it, and just so we can dial it in for him because we don't know for sure.
All right, so he goes back to the bin, starts pulling out different things, and his fingers once again start sparking, and they're working up faster and faster and faster and faster, brighter and brighter and brighter, and there's the blast and the light subsides. He steps back, and there, sitting on the table, is this enormous green bubble that has something of like a little. Kind of a nipple on the top where you insert the canister that has the laughing gas into it, and it's connected to a long flowing white robe that doesn't have any armholes. It's just kind of a single pillar.
Wait, so he's gonna have something like this?
Oh shit!
Yeah, something like that. I mean, he'll have to walk around like that a little bit.
Just a robe. He'll just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brings it over and he gives it to Bholen, and he gives you 3 extra cartridges and gives those to Traego.
Is he gonna be able to breathe?
Yeah, I was kind of.
I don't know. I've never tested this before, but I'm just
Should
going
we
after
test
your
it now?
instructions.
Yeah.
I'm putting the I'm gonna put it on my head. I just want to put it on my head. Can I breathe?
Oh, and suddenly the world just gets really funny.
Can
Well,
we
the gas is already
just
in there.
fine. What's that?
The gas is already like going. It's already.
Yeah, it's
like,
already in there. Yeah,
okay.
it's
Can
already
I
in-
breathe?
You can
Can I
breathe
hear
just
people
fine.
talk?
You can hear people talk. It's a
right,
little bit muffled on the outside when people talk.
So
But
the helmet
that
just
makes it
kind of
even
like
funnier.
the
So you're
gas-
kind of giggling to yourself a little bit as
Okay.
you're like
And can we
swaying
see
back
his
and forth
face?
with this thing.
Can we see his face?
Yeah, you can see his face, and
Yeah.
what you see is Bones just got this silly, stupid grin on his face.
Okay,
like,
Oh, wait, I can't do it. Like I'm gonna poke one of these 2 other guys. Like pick it up his face. See what happens. Grab the helmet. Take it off.
Yeah, we'll take it off.
flip it up. Suddenly you get some more normal air again, and after about 35 to 40 seconds, Bholen, your head sort of starts to clear, and you feel pretty normal again.
Okay. So 40 seconds though. That
Yeah,
is like
35,
full
40
combat.
seconds.
That's a full combat. Like that's like 5 rounds, 6 rounds. Can we tone like how high was the gas? Can we tone that back like a lot?
Well, there is on the top of the nipple thing. There is the canister.
Oh,
There is a
like
sort
a
of
game.
something of a little brass arcane
Okay.
little knob that you can turn. Right now it's on about 4 out of 11.
And Groggle's gonna need
This
more.
gas
than
goes up to 11.
Yeah, he will. All right.
This gas goes up to 11.
Caroline, I'm gonna turn it down to 1. Caroline, would you
Oh, hey.
just
What if we put it on Sora? Let's put it on the wolf.
Don't touch my wolf.
Thinking of the wolf, does Sora want a costume?
She's with me. She's with the druid.
Okay. Niv, you're the next closest size to Groggle. Do you want to try the helmet with a 1?
Yeah, sure, I'll put it on.
Okay.
Ooh, Niv, so the helmet comes on you, and you really don't feel much of anything. You just feel a little more relaxed than normal. You're not laughing, you're not giggling like Bholen was, but you're feeling good.
Good. Thumbs up,
Nicely
Niv.
toasted. Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Take it off again. Yep.
You
Well, I
dumb
think
fuckers think you're getting out of my head. You got another thing coming.
Exactly.
All right.
So
Well,
Yenfire says,
Yeah, wait.
and he also
Yeah, wait.
finishes up the second costume, the Regal costume, and he brings it over to you, Niv, and gives it to you as well. It's a beautiful robe, a very regal looking robe that has this sort of ornate embroidery in it all the way down. It's got these sort of chain clasps that come down that look like something that almost like a Roman soldier would have. Really good, really fancy. Definitely something you would see in the South Bank, for sure.
Okay. I thank him and for Reginald, and tell him he'll appreciate it a lot.
Yes. Thank you. And you tell Reginald that there was a lot of love that went into this one for sure.
Good job,
will.
Matt.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing more, I will send you away. I have other things to do. Do you have any other things you'd like? Or otherwise, I will send you on your way.
I think we're all set here. Just curious, though. In particular, my cloak that you gave me, but altogether, what would you normally charge per costume that you made us here today?
It depends. The costumes have different values, shall I say.
Okay, so my cloak, how much would that be? Something similar if I were to come back.
For you, I would probably say something along the lines of 600, 700, 800 gold pieces.
Jeez.
Okay.
Holy crap.
And for, let's say, Bholen's Lathander costume.
It's probably about 100 gold pieces. These are quality made pieces here.
Right. And was mine question? Was mine the only one?
The half work bubble? I'd give you that
yeah.
for three or four gold pieces probably.
Okay, so mine was
Three
the
or
only
four.
mine was the only magical-ish one, right?
It's just
Okay,
garbage.
so-
It's just some garbage. The canisters maybe would be more like 5 or 6 gold pieces a piece.
Okay.
But
Yeah. That was my next question. When we need to come back and get more canisters, can you have different
When, not if.
administration methods to the canisters? Does it have to be a bubble? Can you just make a long pipe or something?
I'm sure that you could. I'm sure that you could find anything, but you're getting into areas that are outside of my expertise. If you're
Okay.
looking for something like that, you should probably go visit a tinker or something like that.
I'm gonna kind of talk to him in a long roundabout way, asking him if he knows how to get any other illicit substances through Thieves' Cant. Tell him a weird story to see if he understands.
He doesn't actually pick up on what you're trying to ask him.
Okay.
No.
In that case, I'm going to thank him and ask, gentlemen, are we done here?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you
Matt,
very much,
before-
gentlemen. Thank you.
And-
While we walk out, I want to be the last one to walk out.
Oh.
And I'm going to shut the door.
Before I was going to tip
Before
him
they leave.
5 gold.
After
I was
they
gonna
leave.
tip him 5 gold.
Okay.
That's a good
Thank
idea.
you. Yes.
Just
Can I get 1 minute with you, Matt? Just me
Sure.
and you.
Yeah.
Do I get to play soon?
I'm gonna.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Let's
How about we do this? I'll take this little bit here with Bholen, and then we can take a short break, and then we will continue then with Groggle.
All
Yep.
right, cool.
5 minutes?
Yeah, let's take a little break. Yeah, and we'll continue here with Bholen. Yeah. So the rest of them walk out the door, Bholen, and you wait as they step over the threshold, and you let the door shut behind them.
Sir, one quick quick ask. This is a beautifully tailored costume you've designed. One question I have for you. I'm not sure your capabilities, although they are vast. I am not sure if you will be able to accommodate my next question. I'm wondering if you could incorporate some sort of magical thing that would enable my costume to exude a bright, brilliant, almost blinding light on command. If I wanted to exercise and demonstrate the true power of the God of Light, would there be a way that you could imbue some sort of magical properties to make myself and my costume almost blinding with light? Is that something you could do?
Is this something that we keep between the two of us.
Yes. That's precisely why I didn't want my compatriots to know. I'm not exactly the most ostentatious, loud, or I don't want to be noticed, but I do want to be able to demonstrate my faith and my devotion when I need to.
I'm
I'd
thinking
be
also
willing to pay you handsomely.
Would you be willing to pay me something above and beyond the payment that I'm receiving from Maalethon and Feuerbrand?
Absolutely. I am fully aware that this is a little bit above and beyond, like you said, what we would be asking. And I'm not sure if it's possible, but if I'd be willing.
I'm mostly concerned about this coming back to Maalethon and Feuerbrand, but I will tell you this. If you're willing to pay me 300 gold pieces, I'm sure I can make something that could satisfy that need.
You got it. Without hesitation, I'll drop 300 gold right in front of his feet.
Okay, go ahead and mark that off your list. He walks quickly, because he knows the others are waiting. He walks quickly back behind the wall in the far end of the building. And he comes back with a small necklace. Around the necklace, there is a tiny stone, like the size of your pinky, inside of a small glass orb that you're actually able to screw apart. And he screws it apart. And he looks at you and says, "Now this is a very important question that I don't ask many people. Are you aware of peridot dust?"
I will very gently pull out. Just show him the small tip of the one of the vials I have that I'm going to be delivering. Put it right back in, just so he knows that I'm fully aware.
He smiles when you do this, and he looks up at you and says, "May I give you a bit of a demonstration?" And he pushes his hand out for the vial of peridot dust.
Oh no. Yep. Okay. I'll give him a little. Yep.
Okay. So
how much am I giving him? How much does he need?
He doesn't need much at all. He takes the vial from you. He opens the top of the vial off, and you see him reaching down into his pocket where the thread and the knife and the needles are. He pulls out a single tiny needle, and he licks it on the end, sets it into the peridot dust, pulls it out, and you see on the end of the needle, there's just a few specks of glowing green, nothing more. And he closes the vial up, gives it back to you, takes the stone, and touches the needle just ever so slightly onto the stone. And those couple little corns of peridot dust immediately set the stone. Brilliant, bright light, stretching out 10, 15 feet. And he looks at you, holding this in his hand. He averts his eyes as well. He, of course, still has these glasses on, but he still averts his eyes. And he looks back and says, I've become Yenfire. He looks back and he says to you, "You see the reaction with just a little bit. You can imagine the reaction with much more. Be careful with this. It can be even, perhaps, deadly." And he screws the top back on and gives the necklace to you with this glass orb with a small stone inside.
Could this stone be embroidered onto my costume?
Certainly could be.
maybe inconspicuously in a place only I would be able to see it, or
What are you thinking? Where would you like me to put it? I could certainly make a false
Maybe-
pocket of sorts.
maybe on a collar next to my neck. I could just rub it. If I
That could certainly be done. He takes it out, takes the stone out, and he makes a little wrinkle in your collar and sets it in there and sews it shut really quickly. Just sparks come off his fingers again. And then he takes a small little knife, makes a little slit where you'd be able to insert peridot dust through the slit. It's small enough the stone won't come out, but it's big enough you'd be able to put like a small stick or something with peridot dust into the slit.
This is amazing work. You are truly, your reputation precedes you, my friend. I'll let you to it.
Then
Thank you again.
Firefast Fingers, the best and the greatest Swift Tailor in all of Terravin. Thank you. Thank you for visiting me today, and I appreciate your business. With that, he bows and shows you the door.
Cool. I'll
All
head
right.
back out to the group.
Let's
Thanks.
take a little break. All right, Groggle.
That's it for me.
Let's run over to Groggle. Groggle, you head out with Rasmus and Halvard. You head directly west. You're heading more towards the central square there. And they follow the directions that Caroline gave them. They come past sharp weapons. There's the Western Wind potion, magic and potion shop there. And as you're coming around the corner, Groggle, you actually notice something quite interesting that you didn't notice before. Posted on the walls near this place where this building is, you see this. I can read it for you if it's a little blurry. It says, posted by order of Maalethon, head of security in Theondir, under the auspices of Tyrius, governor of Theondir. From this first day of the new harvest in the 29th year of Tyrius' reign, it is hereby posted that, throughout the entirety of the island of Falandir, and as far as the authority of the sons of Silas extends, all association in any form with the rebel group known as the Knot shall henceforth be punishable by death. May Bahamut forever show his good favor to Theondir.
Okay, so where's the nearest inn or alehouse?
I mean, you're not too far off.
We're supposed. Hey, no.
Just hey guys, let me play. You guys had like an hour.
Yep. You're
No,
not
I was
too
just gonna
far
say, like,
off
you remember,
from,
it was only like a half hour ago that we agreed to go to the one bar, the whatever. Just a reminder.
You're not too far off from the rickety knee. Let me see here.
I tell the guys, let's go to the rickety knee and get something to drink.
All right. Sounds good to me.
They say, and they walk over to the rickety knee. Yeah.
Now, have we been in the rickety knee before?
You've been in the rickety knee before. Yep.
Do we know the proprietor?
You do know the person working there. Yes.
Is that the one that you were in last session the entire day?
No, that was a different one.
Do I have a medallion on me?
Do you? Is it in your inventory?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, I don't think we gave yours away. I remember specifically us talking about that.
Okay, and what are the two guards armed with?
I mean, they've got some short swords. You know that for sure. They've probably got some other daggers or other things.
Tim, what's
Okay.
wrong?
Can't hear us.
Yeah, he's probably got some other daggers or other things on him.
Okay, so we go in and I get us some beers for the three of
Okay.
us.
Yep. Okay, so you guys sit down at the table. A couple of ales come over, and you're before you know it, you're drinking away marvelously. Rasmus is talking a bit. Halvard is a little more of the quieter type. They're talking a bit about their.
I ask them what they know about the knot.
We know about the knot. We know that The Knot is of course, the organization that's trying to destroy Theondir. That's
Ask them if they...
enemy number one.
I ask them flat out who their loyalties are to.
Our loyalties to Theondir. Who else?
No.
Kind of
Don't give me that bullshit.
answer.
Give a insight check.
Yeah, negative 35. 16.
16. It seems like they're telling the truth. They seem to be loyal soldiers to Theondir.
How many people are in the bar?
It's a good number of people. I mean, we're only 2 days away from the Tri-Decade celebration. We're still running on the New Harvest celebration. So, I mean, it's pretty full. There's 40, 50 people in there.
Are they sitting right across from me?
The soldiers.
Yeah. Or where are they
Yeah.
at in relation
Yeah.
to...
Yep. You're on one side, the two of them on the other side.
I get up and say, your services are no longer needed.
What do you mean? Our services are no longer needed.
Go back to the keep.
We're gonna go investigate this building.
No, you're not.
On whose authority?
Mine.
Tyrion's authority is higher than yours. We have no idea who you are, half-orc.
I get up and I start to walk towards the door.
And Rasmus pulls out his sword.
I pull out my Morning Star.
At the door?
I assume I hear him pull his sword out. I pull out my Morning Star.
Yeah. You see him pull it out. And now the other guests in the bar are suddenly keen to this. They see that there's now swords drawn. And Halvard also draws his sword. And Halvard looks at you and says, I would wait if I were you.
You got your phone on you, Matt?
I'm using it right now for the map.
Well,
but
if you want to, if you want us to
Yeah, you want us
turn
to
our
turn
headset off, dude.
yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead. Please.
Okay,
Thanks.
we'll give you a thumbs up.
So what I really want to do is cast Thunderwave. But now that we're on this private conversation, they'll know. So work that in somewhere. Okay.
Do you want, should I have a possession here?
Well, not right now, because then they'll know that we're in on it.
Yeah.
You know, that we talk privately. So at some point, though.
I've got something planned for tonight.
Okay.
If we come to the right point where you may be visited.
So what do you think I should do here?
What would Groggle do?
He would kill him. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right. Give him a thumbs up. So once again, as Groggle is beginning to step out of the door, you hear the swords come out, and Halvard says to him, "Stop right there, half-orc."
I turn around.
On the authority of Tyrius.
I turn around and I attack.
Okay, let's roll initiative, man. Roll initiative. Here we go.
Well, that's
7.
5 minutes.
All right. I've got. Ooh, that's cocked. 18 and a 16. So Halvard is going to start, and then Rasmus gets to go, and then it is Groggle. Okay. Halvard, as you start to lunge towards him with your Morning Star pulled out, he takes his sword and he begins to lunge at you now, and everybody in the whole bar is now standing up and throwing the benches back. They're moving to the wall. You can hear them screaming. Some of them are trying to run upstairs. You guys are right in front of the door. They can't get out of the building. They're cowering underneath the tables, and Halvard comes up and strikes at you with his sword. That'll be a 18.
It's a hit.
8. Okay. And he comes across with his sword and
Oh wait,
across you.
my armor class is 18.
Okay, I'll give it to you then. I'll give it to you. I like to give it to the ties to the defender.
Oh, is that how it works? All right.
I'll give it to you. Okay, so he's gonna miss. Actually, you're able to slide out of the way, and it just sort of brushes off of your armor.
Yeah, dude,
great
I'm
armor.
dumber than a fucking box of rocks, but it's all I got going for me.
What armor
Are
do
you
you
wearing
have?
like plate
Chain-
mail on or something?
Chainmail.
And Rasmus, seeing the first shot miss,
And I have a shield.
He also comes across, and now he comes to the other side of you, and he's also going to be striking at you. And with a 9, he's going to slice at you and also miss. His sword comes down and lodges itself into the floor, and he begins to pull it back. Groggle, you're up.
All right, I want to attack. Which one seems like the smarter one?
Pulver definitely is the smarter one. He's
Okay,
the
so
more,
I want
siegey
to, I want
one.
to, I want to go after the other one.
Okay, Rasmus, yep.
You down.
Oh fuck.
40.
14.
14. So you come and strike with your Morning Star, and you miss as Rasmus sort of jumps backwards, pulling his sword out of the ground. And now it is back to Halvard again. He screams out, "Half-orc, stop this now!" But he's still going to attack you, and he goes ahead and comes in with a 13 and misses you again, slicing into one of the tables, and the table cracks in half. Rasmus, picking up his sword, is also going to take a shot at you, and that's cocked, and that will be a 19, and he hits you there. Comes across, 7 points of damage as it finds a chink in your armor and slices into your shoulder, blood flying across down your armor, starting to drip onto the floor.
My turn.
You're up.
20, almost 30.
On Rasmus.
26.
Wow. You go and you smash into Rasmus and nail him. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Where's my 8? There it is. That would be a 10.
10. Whoa. Okay.
Well, it says 1d8 plus 5/7. And the 7 is, well, actually, it would be a,
That's not to hit though. That's
well, that's my damage. Yeah. It would actually be a 8.
An
'cause
8.
I have
Okay.
a shield in my hand.
Okay. Yep. All right. So it's only one-handed. Okay. So you strike into Rasmus, and he sort of stumbles backwards a little bit. And you see at this point a look of fear in his eyes that wasn't there before. And he starts to panic, second guessing if he should come back and attack you again. Halvard, seeing this happen, lunges at you again, this time coming and jumping off of one of the benches, coming down, slicing with the sword on top of you. 20. Not a natural 20, but it was 20. That's a hit. Does a total of 6 points of damage. Rasmus is sort of, he doesn't quite know what to do, but he sees this attack that is successful by his fellow here, and he jumps up and comes at you and also attacks. And he misses with a 10, comes slicing across and misses you again. Now he's deathly close to you, looking up, this look of fear in his eyes from the last attack that he took. You're up, Grog.
Okay. 26.
26 on Rasmus.
Same
Yeah.
guy, yeah.
Okay, hit.
12.
12. Oh.
Wow.
Rasmus falls backwards. He's prone at this point, but he's not completely out, but he is severely bloodied and hurt.
I'll take action surge.
Take what?
That's what ability fighters have.
To get another attack.
Yeah.
second attack. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
He's gonna kill fucking guards.
15.
Kill guard.
15.
Struggle's gonna get
Nobody-
put in the.
Nobody
jail.
knows their
Yeah.
guards though.
Your
Well,
morning
I
star.
should get a bonus if he's prone.
You get a
Get
on
advantage.
on advantage on attacking. Yeah.
Oh, do I? Then I get to
Yeah.
roll another one? All right.
Yeah, but you hit already. But if you roll a
Oh,
natural
okay.
20.
Yeah, no. I didn't. 16, 23.
16, 23, hit. Yeah, roll damage.
12 again. 7 out of 8. Jesus.
So you come slicing down. You lunge forward with your action surge, and you come with your morning star, dropping right in the center of his face,
Oh.
and he stops moving, dead.
What does his partner do?
Halvard, seeing this, backs up with his sword above his head, starts to back a bit off of you, and says, leave this place now.
I tell him, what do you know about the knot?
I told you what I know about the knot. The enemy number one, that's all I know. Leave this place now. Leave this place now.
What?
That's his action.
That was his whole action?
That's it. He's holding an
Ta-
action.
Attack him.
Okay.
19.
19. Hit. Go ahead. Roll damage.
9.
9. Okay. So you hit him again, and he falls backwards. And at this point, he is severely hurt. And he begins to get up now, and he starts to run to the back of the bar, putting his sword in his. You try to tackle him. Okay, go ahead and give me a dexterity check. We'll make it a contest. Oh.
5.
I rolled a 3.
Oh wow!
So as he begins to run, you're able to just grab his foot and drop him down to the ground as he's on the ground.
So now
turning around, pulling out his knife. What do you want to do, Groggle?
He pulled out his knife.
Yeah, he pulled his sword out and points it back at you again.
All right. I want to ask him who he works for.
He's gonna try to attack you. He's flustered now. He's panicked. He's
That's
not
fine.
talking anymore. So he's gonna try and strike you again. So he comes back. Oh, nice. That's a 24. That's a hit. Does a total of 8 points of damage.
Woo.
Slashing damage. So he's actually able to sort of roll over and use his body weight to slam his knife into you, and it catches you right between your armor once again.
Okay, I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
25.
Hit.
Jesus Christ!
Roll
I've never
damage.
rolled this good.
Roll damage.
9.
9. Okay. At this point, you're slicing off a massive chunk of his arm, and he's hurting so bad he can hardly stand up anymore. He gets himself to his feet, and once again lifts his knife and says, his sword above his head, and says, "Leave now." He's gonna hold an action. If you get close, he'll attack.
He's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Attack.
Okay.
Let him attack first.
Yep, he'll go ahead and attack. As you come closer, he'll take his attack on you, and that will be a miss. And as he slices and tries to come down on you, he misses you, and you step to the side and bring your Morning Star out. Give me an attack.
12.
12. Miss. You miss as well. And he comes back now. As you miss, he comes back with another attack on you, and misses you once again. He's too hurt. He can hardly attack at this point.
21.
It. Roll
He's
damage.
dead. 9.
9. The Morning Star catches him across the jaw, and you see part of his jaw fly out onto the ground.
Oh wow, that wasn't
Spins
necessary.
in circles and collapses right next to his compatriot Rasmus. And there you have 2 bloodied bodies. Blood starts to pour out onto the floor. And the people in the bar are terrified. And they begin to run up the stairs. Some of them are trying to throw themselves out of the windows upstairs. You hear the barkeep shouting at you, "Get out, get out, get out, get out!"
Okay, I want to search
What
them
would you like to
quick,
do,
and then
Drago?
I'm going to search them, and then I'm going to leave.
Okay.
I didn't go.
You're able to pull up 13 gold pieces from one, and another 13 from the other. So 26 gold pieces.
That's it?
Yep, their swords are pretty destroyed after that combat. So you got 26 pieces of gold there, and that's it. As you leave the bar, you hear the bartender screaming, and people screaming as well. There are 2 of some of the most celebrated guards from Theondir Keep lying dead
Oh
from
no.
the rickety knee. What would you like to do, Groggle?
I think you guys could play for a little bit now.
No, nope.
All right,
No,
I
This is you, buddy.
so do I know where the house is?
You guys are able to walk past it on your way in. Yeah, so you do know where the house is.
Okay, so it's a standing structure.
Yep. So you
Okay,
come back, you see this structure. Yeah, it's a completely standing structure, but it's crumbling. The doors and windows are boarded up. The wood is rotting on the second floor. The overhang. It's just a piece of garbage house.
Chad knows what's up. I walk to the front door and I go in.
I'm not even
Okay.
listening at this point.
You break your way. I'm assuming you're gonna have to break your way through the boarded up doors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yep. You break your way in through this boarded up doors, and as you look around, you see debris and rubble everywhere in this building. It looks like a building that's been abandoned for 10 or 15, 20 years maybe. There's been no upkeep on it. It's not in very good shape.
So I just scream as loud as I can. Where are you, druids?
Where are you, druids? And after a couple seconds, there's silence. And then you hear this voice coming behind you. Hold on. I need to get my notes here.
Crazy.
I need to get my notes here.
In a little bit, bud, okay?
No, you're not.
Let's see. I don't have my notes there, but you suddenly hear this voice behind you. What in earth are you doing?
Who are you?
Get out of my property!
Who are you?
Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
I'm Groggle Greenshanks.
And I'm the owner of this property. Get out of here immediately.
Do I see him?
It's a little woman. Yeah, she's standing right there behind you in the doorway.
I ask her if what she knows about the knot or druids.
The druids, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're the second person in 2 days who's come by here and asked me about these blasted druids. I have no recollection of any druids. I told him everything I know, and he insulted me. He disturbed me in the middle of my dinner. I actually burned my souffle, and now I'm extremely angry. So you can just take yourself out of here as well.
All right, I leave.
Okay, you push past her. Very well. Who's gonna fix my boarded up door? As you leave
I
the
toss her a
place.
gold. I flick her a gold piece.
Ting, 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 ting. She picks it up. Yeah.
All right, hold on, I gotta play right. All right, so
I'm in the high school.
now, as much as I didn't want to kill those guys, that's exactly what Groggle would have done. So now I'm probably gonna be in some shit. I want to go back to the keep.
Heading back to the keep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way back to the keep.
So wait, what time is it now, bud?
We're pushing on about 11 o'clock.
And I request a audience with, what's his name?
Firebrand?
Yeah, Firebrand. About the two guards that were gonna actually backstab him and kill him.
Oh boy.
As you come into the keep, you see the guards stepping in front of the gate, the entrance, and say, "Halt! Who goes there? What is your purpose?"
I say I just had to kill two of your guards, two of the best guards in the city, because they were about to kill Firebrand.
What are you talking about?
I give him the story.
Give me a deception check.
Oh boy.
I can't imagine Groggle
Pl-
was the best liar.
16.
16. Wait here, one of the guards says. He backs off and walks around. And after a few minutes...
20!
And after a few minutes, you see Feuerbrand slowly walking up, confused, because he just sent you off a few hours ago, looking at you. And strangely enough, you've got blood all the way across your face, across your shoulder, down your arm, that's seeping into your clothing from your fight inside of the rickety knee.
I tell them we stopped to have a quick drink, and they tried to attack me and kill me. They said they were in it with Guinevere or whatever her name is, and
Guinevere.
Genevieve,
and I had to kill him.
give me another deception check. This time with disadvantage on Feuerbrand.
Oh. Ooh, 5.
Guards! 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 Take him! Take him now!
And immediately, dish, 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 you hear these noises of a whole host of guards who come around you, dish, 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 and all of them come stand around you in a half circle, placing their weapons, spears down.
How many?
Weapons.
40.
There's a good 15, 20 of them. Put your weapons down. Feuerbrand says to you.
I drop my weapons.
Okay.
Tim's like, get killed.
And immediately the guards come around you, put you into manacles, and start to drag you off into the keep. Feuerbrand begins walking behind you and says, "We will need a bit more of an explanation from this one." And we'll pause it there with Groggle for a second. Running over to the other guys.
But you didn't expect that.
No,
Yes, everybody expected that.
expected that. Hey, Eric, can you
What?
hear me?
Yeah.
When you re-roll, keep a melee fighter just so I'm not the only melee guy in the group. Roll a barbarian that's like really nice and like happy.
Who says
When you
I-
re-roll.
Rocco's not going anywhere.
100.
Okay. So let's run back to the other guys. You just made your way out of the Yenfire Fast Fingers costume shop. And what would you guys like to do?
I think at this point we need to go to the tapestry shop,
Tapestry.
right? That's where we need to deliver that goods.
Rolf is still there, right? Is
Oh,
Gavin-
yeah.
Rolf
Gavin
is still
still
waiting
down?
there.
Oh, no.
Oh. At this point, Gavin
Knock it off.
ended up getting caught up with the guards over there, and he was actually one of the guards who was involved in capturing Groggle. So Gavin is not returning anytime soon.
Oh, okay.
Let's start
So how
making
far
our
away
way.
is the Royal Tapestry?
The Royal Tapestry is in
It's just
once
off
again the Central
City,
City.
right?
It's off the western side of Central City. Let me see my map here. Let's see here. I've got so many different places marked here. Yeah, it's on the western part of the Central City. You see where that like circle that is? Oh, I don't have the map on. There we go. It's more over here in this direction, right over here.
And where are we?
You guys are right over here. So it's gonna be a good probably 45-minute hour walk to get there.
Dang, that far?
And we're supposed to meet Graga like 12, right?
At noon. Yeah.
And it's like 11.
Yep.
Where are
Well,
we?
what do we
Did
want to
it
do?
take
Is-
us 3 hours to get our costumes though? Because we left the thing at like 8. You said.
Oh, right. Yeah, you guys have some time. Yeah. Right.
We have like 20 minutes to.
We'll say for you guys.
Well,
first,
we'll need-
you guys
we'll
will say
need
it's
it.
about-
I mean,
'Cause
we'll
what's-
need an hour and a half just to get there and back, not to mention do the business. We're going to
No,
need at least
because
2 hours.
Both places are really close to the central.
Yeah,
central city.
where
Right?
we-
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So we don't have to go all the way back.
We don't have to go all the back. We just gotta
Okay.
get to the thing.
Now, we can say for you guys, it's you're pushing maybe 9:45.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, let's go.
And start making our way, and then that's when I'll pick up like really quick my random. I would assume all that stuff's easy to get. It's not like I have to be searching for the.
Yeah, no, I mean you can. There's plenty of little shops and stuff, little street sellers. You can find plenty of stuff that you need there. No problem.
So Matt, as we head out, I'm gonna hold back a little bit. Me and Sarah are gonna hold back, and we're just gonna make sure we're not being followed.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe block or
And then as we're walking with just Rolf, I want to talk to him a little bit, see how his story lines up with Gavin's about the night previous.
Okay. Yeah. Anything in particular you want to say to him?
I'm going to tell him, I talked with Gavin a little bit about what went down last night. And based on what he said, he was asleep and you were still awake.
What did he say? He said I was asleep and he was awake.
He said that he was going to take a nap and you were going to keep watch.
Well, he told me he was going to keep watching. I was going to be able to take a nap.
Okay. And you never have access to the keys? That's always Gavin?
Eric, can you mute yourself? Hold on. Can you mute yourself, Eric? Thank you.
Gavin, he always takes the keys. He doesn't trust me with those keys. I'm just a bit of a young one here.
And you guys didn't invite anyone up, keep you company?
We didn't invite anyone up, no. Oh, we're just tired blokes who want to get some sleep. It's as simple as that. But it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault we fell asleep. I just want you to know that.
I agree, Rolf. I agree. That's all. It lines up with what Gavin said, so I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while Niv is talking to Rolf, I want to pull Bholen aside, kind of saddle up to Bholen, we need to figure out how to get rid of him at least for about 15-20 minutes so we can do this deal.
Ooh, Niv?
No, Rolf, the guard.
Oh.
Not Niv, like
Kill him.
Well, we'll just have him stand outside the building.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to come in with us.
They will know that we went to the tapestry for no apparent reason.
Well, maybe we needed some tapestries.
So
One of us should buy a tapestry.
You're gonna buy a tapestry?
Yeah, I'll buy a tapestry.
Right.
Okay.
I could.
All right.
I mean,
Wait,
I could
we have
pull
to
him
buy a
aside.
tapestry. That's why we're going.
I'm fine with buying a tapestry.
Everybody loves a good tapestry.
Yeah, I mean, we get.
Okay.
Come on, guys. I get down to business in 5 minutes, and you guys are buying a damn tapestry.
All right. So let's, I guess,
Dichotomy is-
after I buy my random crap at some whatever, let's make our way to the tapestry shop that we were at yesterday.
Yep, and Traego, you remember the directions from Tucson. He gave you pretty clear directions on how to get there. It's in the western part of the central city. And you walk around the corner of one of these streets, and there's this majestic-looking sort of marble facade. It's got these like Greek-looking columns, and on there it says the Royal Tapestry Shop.
Hold
right
on
up
one second.
there.
Tim, did you tell me that you ran out? That you used some? I know we talked about it before, but was that your character telling me? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I mean,
you got to tell him because we used quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You're the one that has the paradigm dust.
So yeah, like I said last night, we tried unsuccessfully to get through the barrier.
Yeah.
In the Synchari Academy, and in those unsuccessful attempts, we ended up using 3 vials of peridot dust.
So what is is a peridot? Was it in like a wrapped container or a sealed container? What was it in?
Little vials, I thought.
I want to say like
they were in individual vials, but it came in a package. All I wrote down is a package of 10 vials of peridot dust.
A little sort of
And-
leather pouch that has these 10 little vials in them. They're not the
Okay.
same
7
size vials as you
7
guys have
vials.
had before. It's a little smaller amount.
But it's
than
not
what
like it
you've had
was sealed. This leather
Yeah, it was
pouch.
Not anymore.
No, it wasn't sealed.
Because
So
what I'm
use-
getting at is we don't have to tell anyone that we used anything. All
They
we
know
do
it's
is
10
give him the package and say this is what we were given.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know if I
able to
trust
sell
that.
whatever you gave.
Yeah, maybe he's
Yeah.
just looking.
Well-
Maybe we just get a discounted rate, or
Well, no, that's the thing. We don't know how many were in there. We were given a package. Being the good couriers we are, we don't care what's inside. We just say,
agree.
here's the package.
Here's the package.
If he has
And-
issues,
and one
he takes it up
tapestry,
with
please.
Tucson.
Matt, as we're having this conversation, I'm assuming we're having this conversation. Do I get the sense that either of these two kind of know the criminal element, like how this kind of stuff works? Maybe Niv should.
Yeah, Niv should have a sense. I don't think Bholen has much of a sense. No.
Because when we made it, I'm trying to, like, I don't remember, like, personally, but we made a deal. Was it specifically to deliver the package or deliver 10 Peridot vials?
It was to bring the amount of peridot dust that you were willing to purchase from him, Tucson, to give it to Morthikos.
Oh, that's right. We purchased it.
Yep. You purchased 300 gold pieces worth of peridot dust. So whatever's left, you can sell.
Okay.
Oh, so it's
All
not
right.
a
Yeah.
big
So
deal.
we're good. So we're good.
So it's ours.
Yeah.
It's ours. We
purchased
don't
it.
even have to sell him all of it.
Yeah.
We could give him 2 vials if we want, or none. And then I take the vials and run away. No, just kidding.
All right. Yeah. So let's go. You know, Carolyn. At this point, I guess
Huh?
under my breath to Niv and Bholen.
I'm kind of falling behind you guys.
We trust Carolyn, right? Or no, just to
No.
Bholen. Niv is talking to. At least in this though, like we don't care that he's not going to rat us out about selling Peridot dust.
I don't trust him. We just met him a couple days ago.
Well, we just met.
We've been through so much together, though.
Yeah, right. I feel like I've known him for months.
We could put him in the zone of truth, like we did Graywater.
That's a good idea. So Niv has. How far away is Niv and Rolf from us?
They're trailing a little ways behind you, maybe 10, 15 feet.
So I don't know how. Could I message Niv? Like, because I have to point at the guy. I have to take my thing, and I have to point at who I, in the general vicinity. Can I point behind me and message Niv?
Yeah, you can. What do you want to say to him?
Just gonna say.
That's wrong. Every time we say that word, this is what I think of.
I'm just gonna kind of message Niv and be like, keep Rolf occupied for a few minutes. God damn. Keep him occupied. We're gonna go make the deal and buy a tapestry.
Yep.
Okay.
Rolf sees you guys sort of making your way towards the Royal Tapestry shop, and he says, where are they going?
And I'm like, Niv, Bholen, did you recently say that you were looking to decorate your apartment back home?
Yeah,
Just
that's why we're here.
yeah, let's go check out this tapestry shop.
Came into some recently, and
Yeah.
I've always wanted a tapestry, man. And I figured since we're here, my hut in the woods needs
Yeah.
some decoration.
Oh, you're a
And
hermit.
Frigidaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are there any other shops or fountains, anything nearby the
Yeah,
tapestry shop?
there's all sorts of little markets, little tents and things like that, and different booths. People are selling different trinkets and different food items and stuff like that in the surrounding
I'm
area.
just going to convince Rolf to just go. Me and him will wander off and have a mid-morning snack or something.
And I mean, Rolf is pretty stupid, so I mean, he'll follow you along, and you guys are able to walk over and get some, roasted nuts or whatever it is you want.
Get some almonds or something.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'll catch up. I haven't seen anybody following us, have I?
Nope, you haven't seen anybody following you.
So I'll catch up with them.
Okay.
I suppose let's go into the shop and.
So Caroline, we
Yeah.
we have some business. I mean, I do need a tapestry, but there's someone else we want to speak with here. Can we count on your being quiet about what you're about to see?
Wait, you buy some dope or something? What do you?
Well, that depends on your answer.
I can give two shits as long as it doesn't hurt me and my wolf. I think I'm all right. I mean, what?
All right.
Insight check. Is he telling the truth?
And Traego's got the little
Yeah,
cartridge
insight check.
of laughing gas, and I'm going. Yeah, man, it's good.
Insight is 14.
14. Yeah, he seems pretty believable.
Okay. Once you go through these doors, you are now in it. You're part of the group.
Red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
Like Bholen's being a little dramatic. It's not that big of a deal.
All right.
The only rule about Fight Club is that we do not talk
Yes.
about now.
All right, I'm in. Whatever.
Okay. Let's walk in.
Okay,
I'm walking in.
You guys walk into this store, and immediately there's this whirring noise. As you look around, and you see an army of these small little goblin-like figurines sitting at these different looms, weaving away, making these different tapestries. There's at least 15 or 16 different stations.
Like
They're busy.
automatons?
No, they're
they
small
actual
little
goblins?
they look like goblins, but they're not quite goblins. Maybe hobgoblins. It's sort of strange greenish creatures that it's hard to say exactly what they are. And in the midst of that, you see this dark, tall, purple skin, ivory-colored horn tiefling walking around him. A dark, long blue robe with golden tassels hanging from its fringes. He's tall, but he's not awkward. And you notice, oddly enough, he's missing his thumb on his left hand as he's pointing to these different these workers to keep working. You notice his hand, and he only has a bit of a knob protruding from the side of his hand. It's a pretty fancy establishment. There's these tapestries hanging all over the place, and the tiefling sees you coming in, and he immediately walks over to you and says, "Welcome to the tapestry. May I help you? My name is Morthikos."
Are you the proprietor of the shop?
Indeed I am.
And hold on, do we know what the fuck we were supposed to be selling these to?
Morthikos, yeah.
Morthikos?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Tucson.
Yeah.
Arizona?
Tucson. Right? Yeah. Yeah, we just passed through Arizona
Yeah.
with a delivery to make. Do you have a back room where we could discuss business, please?
I'm assuming you're interested in some tapestries, is that correct?
Not personally myself, but my
Yes,
friend.
we are.
Sure.
"Please follow me," he says, and he leads you around into the back room and shuts the door behind you. The three of you there. "So, what kind of tapestries are you interested in? You mentioned
Green tapestries.
Yeah, green. That's what I was just gonna say.
And I'll give him the wink. Like, seriously.
And he smiles at you and says, "Indeed, may I see your bargaining chips?"
I'll pull out
yeah.
one vial.
One vial?
Say, we do have more.
Mm.
Want to make sure you're legit before we actually process the transaction.
He reaches out to take it from you.
I don't give it to him. I say, here it is. We have more.
Would you shake it for me, please?
I'll give it a little jiggle.
And as soon as you do that, as soon as you agitate it a little bit, it starts to glow a little bit green. And he says,
Indeed, very nice. You say you have more of this, is that correct?
Yep.
well, let's start with this one then. And he slams down, 10 pieces. Not gold, but platinum pieces
Ooh.
onto the table.
It's 100 gold.
100, so tell you what, I will give you 5 more if we do 400 gold plus 1 tapestry worth 100 gold.
Indeed.
And I'll pull out 5 total.
Okay. And you set them on the table, or what are you doing with them?
I'll set them on the table.
Okay. Give me 1 second with Traego, please. Just Traego.
Okay.
Traego, as this is happening, you notice that he is eyeing you down in particular. And he turns to you, and as he's speaking to Bholen about these tapestries and about the payment, he's eyeing you down. What would you like to do?
So Thieves' Cant is verbal, correct?
Yep.
There's no hand signals.
You can do gestures as well. Yeah.
Okay, I want to do
incorporate it into your speech.
I would like to include, basically, make him aware that I have 20 more vials for sale.
Okay.
Because I have 33 that I got out of things. I want 20 more. I want him to let him know that I have 20 more for the price, for his asking price.
Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll go back and we'll have a conversation with the rest of the guys.
Okay.
And I would like you to actually give me a bit of your dialogue with respect to what you would say, and he will respond to you in the way that he is willing to pay you double the amount. He's aware of what's going on here. He's aware. Even though he's giving 100 gold, he's willing to pay you basically an extra 100 to you. Per, yeah. And half of that has to go to Tucson. He knows that. He knows the deal with Tucson. He's had people in here before.
Yeah.
So even though he's going to give them 100 apiece, he's willing to slip you an extra 100 for each one of them.
And then,
and he recognizes that you have extra vials as well. But he knows the deal. He knows you have to give half of it to Tucson.
So he's going to give me 200, but I have to give 100 of that to Tucson.
So he'll give, for the vial that Bholen gives, he slapped 10 platinum down. He'll give you 10 more platinum. So each vial he's willing to pay 200 gold for.
All right. Okay.
But he's gonna shortchange Bholen and give him 100 and give you the other 100.
The other 100. Okay.
Because he knows half of that's going back.
Okay. And is this including the extra shit I have on myself too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, because I do remember we made a side deal.
Yep.
I made a side deal with Tucson.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Let's bring him back. So Morthikos, he is looking very pleased, and he says to you, Bholen,
Indeed, I would be more than happy to make this deal, and I will throw in one of our finest tapestries. I can ship it to any location within Theondir. And I would just like to say that the value of our tapestries is oftentimes twice the value of any other tapestry you might find anywhere in Theondir. So I can assure you that here you are finding the greatest of deals.
Well, obviously your tapestries are worth well more than what most people would understand them to be. They are quite remarkable.
Indeed they are. Let's make a deal then, shall we?
Is he, does he look unsettled or uncomfortable, or is he like his eyes twitching anywhere? Like, is he looking for somebody to come in the room, or is he paranoid? Anything
You mean
like
an
that?
insight check?
18.
18. He seems pretty calm.
Seems not.
But he's also a figure who's very hard to read. You can tell he's been in this business for a while. He knows how to meet people, how to speak. So it's really hard to tell.
Can I look over at Niv and Traego and just kind of give him the eye, like,
I'm
are
outside.
you okay with
Yeah,
this?
Yeah,
Oh, you're outside?
It's just
Oh,
me
it's
and
just
you.
me and you?
Niv's out
Oh,
eating nuts.
Well,
Yeah.
and Caroline.
That's right.
We talked to Caroline.
Caroline's
Niv's-
in.
Niv and
Okay,
Rolf are eating
sorry.
almonds.
Yeah.
So
told me to
I'll
keep him
look at
busy.
Caroline and Traego and just kind of, give them the eye, like, are you okay with this?
100,
That is-
100
Like,
That is-
10 platinum per? That's what you said, right?
yeah, basically 100 gold per vial. 400
Yeah.
gold. And the
Okay.
tapestry.
Yeah.
That was
How big are the tapestries? Could we carry one out?
They're pretty large.
Like they're not like we can't get like a
Could
small one
we-
that's like 4 feet wide. Okay.
You could pick
Can
a
we
small
get a...
like ruggish tapestry that you could roll up and stick in a pack maybe, but
Could we get a receipt? Like proof of purchase?
Ooh, yeah.
In these kind of transactions, I have learned it's best not to leave a paper trail.
Well, just for the history, not for the other
Like,
stuff. I just
Yeah.
want...
Like we actually
It's
I'm
a regular
sure
page.
that a receipt could be managed, yes.
Thank you.
What, you gonna claim any of your taxes?
In
that
case
reminds me, I gotta
anybody
file
asks-
Yeah, right.
In case anybody asks, like, what were you doing there? I say, I have a receipt for a
in case Rolf sees us
tapestry
coming
I
out of a
wanted to
tapestry
buy,
shop.
100 gold.
Yeah.
The tapestry
Yeah,
would be proven up.
Yeah.
It's an alibi.
Mm-hmm.
so he's willing to go
We
along
won't
with it.
have... Well, hey, we're paying 100 gold for it. I want my money's worth.
He
Mm,
pulls
so
out
just take
30 more platinum and slaps it down on the table. So now there's 40 platinum sitting on the table. He says, the vials, please, and I will show you to the tapestry display room.
I
How
think
is-
I put them all... I put them on the table already.
Hey Matt,
Just
so how's Sora doing? Is she calm? Is she sensing anything? Is she?
Sora's doing fine. Yeah, she's by your side. She's doing okay.
Okay.
And Morthikos, he picks up the vials that you gave him. He puts them in his pocket. Says, "Follow me. I will show you the tapestries." And he leads you out into the room, past where all the weaving is going on, into a little side room. There's a little display area there with some torches that are lighting these tapestries on the wall. And he says, "Please pick whichever one pleases your fancy, and I will return and give you your receipt." And he steps out of the room and goes off to write your receipt. And there on the wall, you see all these different tapestries, some depicting battle scenes, some depicting scenes of agrarian life and culture, some of them depicting the fight, the history of Theondir. One of them has an image of the orb of Synchari on it. The other ones have like an overview of Theondir, various kinds. What would you like?
Any with naked ladies on it?
Not quite.
No. Okay.
There's a couple scantily clad men,
Ooh.
Mm.
something
Bholen?
like gymnasts or something.
Which one looks the fanciest?
I would say probably
Not the
Orb of
loudest,
Syncharis one.
the fanciest.
The Orb of Syncharis one has some really interesting threads that are used to make the orb that are kind of shiny and glimmering a bit. That looks like it would be quite a good find.
Okay.
And he returns with his receipt. Have you decided which you would like?
I'll take the Synchari's orb tapestry, please.
Okay, very well then. And he writes down, Orb of Synchari's tapestry on this date, blah, 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 in my shop, Morthakas. He signs his name, tears the paper off, gives it to you, goes and removes the tapestry as it falls to the ground. It's a medium-sized tapestry, rolls it up, and is able to give it to you. It's about 7 feet tall, 7 feet long, and it's about this thick. It's a pretty heavy tapestry.
We'll give it to Rolf to carry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, give me one more second with give me one more
We-
second with
We
Traego.
did take the money, right? We did take the money, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
40 platinum. Give me one more second with Traego.
I'll give 10 to Caroline, 10 to Niv, and when we leave, I'll give the other 10 to Traego. Or you know what I mean.
Like, these are platinum, right?
So platinum. So
Yeah.
mark 10 platinum.
Perfect.
All right.
And Traego, as he's taking down this tapestry, he comes next to you and slides into your pocket a small pouch. And inside of that pouch, you can feel is platinum coins. So in your inventory, you can count them later to double check, but in your inventory, go ahead and add an additional twice of what you got, so 40 more platinum.
Okay.
Okay. Good. We'll bring
Well,
them back.
I want to sell. Do I have to? If I want to sell,
Oh, they're
hold on.
coming back.
No.
Hold on 1 second. One more second.
All right.
I got one more question for Matt.
Yeah, sure.
If I want to sell extra peridot dust, because I found a bunch of peridot dust, would I have to come back then to do that?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
At this point, I think he's pretty good with the deal.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, bring him back.
All right.
And as you guys take this this wonderful tapestry onto your shoulders and begin to drag it out of the shop, he says, well, thank you for your visit and for your interest in the art of tapestry. I am hoping that we shall someday meet again.
It was a pleasure, my friend.
And if we
Have a
ever
wonderful
are in
Happy
if you ever-
tri-decade
Tridecade
party.
celebrate, we gotta get better memories. But and if we're ever in the business for more tapestries, we know where to come.
Well, I thank you very much. And he bows to you. I will be seeing you again in the future, I'm sure.
Perfect. And what did we got? How much did we get? Bholen?
10 platinum each. 10 platinum
10
each.
platinum. Are you giving me 10 platinum or?
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
I gave everybody 10 platinum except Groggle. Obviously.
I wonder what that son of a bitch is doing right now. Anyway, hopefully not
What
getting
time?
into too much trouble.
What time is
So
it?
right now,
Is it-
you're pushing into like 11:45.
Okay,
All right.
Okay.
let's
Should we
make
go
our
meet
way
at
over
the-
to the what was it? Shooting
the
Shooting flesh in a
Like-
barrel.
Shooting
flesh in a barrel. Please tell me it's like a strip joint. That's awesome.
Really? You want to go to a strip joint with a foot hanging out of a barrel?
So you guys make your way over to the Shooting Flesh in a Barrel. You have to kind of go a bit around the corners because it's not the most reputable place. And you come into this dive of a bar. And in the center of the bar, they have set up, there is in fact a barrel in the middle of this like sandy fighting pit. And true to their name, you do happen to see something of an arm sort of sticking out of the barrel, and there are different piles of blood around on the floor. And you can surmise from this that this is a bar where there's a fighting pit, and you can tell after the fights if they go horribly. If someone loses a limb, for example, they throw it in the middle of the barrel, and then they get ready for preparing for the next fight. There's nobody there fighting right now. There's just a bunch of seedy-looking people around the bar who are drinking away. There's quite the crew there. And you walk into the place, and you hear a voice. Hey, we got any fighters over here?
Okay,
Get me
hold
out
on.
of jail, boys.
One question. The arms. Can you describe that one more time?
Okay.
As we
There's like a sickly colored grayish human arm that's kind of moldy, that's kind of sticking out. The wrist is hanging out
of the
on
barrel.
the side of the barrel. Yeah.
They're pickling the fucking cut off limbs of the fighters, basically.
I think they're just
Perhaps.
putting them there.
Strangely enough, you look and you notice on every table there is a platter set out with different sort of various grayish kind of meats.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, which one of the guards suggested this place?
It was
Was it one of the
I'm
smart
gonna look
guys?
right
or
at Rolf. I'm looking at you, Rolf.
It was Halvard. Yeah, it was Halvard.
One of the.
And Rolf is almost he's almost vomiting. He is so disgusted at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Rolf and be like, "This isn't really my at least kind of scene. Where would you suggest to go drinking?"
We have to stay here, though. This is where we're meeting Groggle.
Groggle.
Do we really care about Groggle that much?
Once again, the barkeep looks at you guys, and the barkeep says, "Is anybody here a fighter?" And you hear this voice.
I point to Rolf.
And he sort of backs off. He sort of backs off and sits down at the bar.
Here, he's a fighter.
He's a fighter. And immediately, you see this man turning, and he says, who's sitting at the bar, and at this point, he's kind of slumped over, and he's quite inebriated, and he says, "Oh, a fighter. That's exactly the problem that I've had. There are no bloody fighters in this entire city." And Caroline, Traego, you recognize this as the man you met yesterday.
Oh God!
Oh, fuck that glass guy.
Is sitting in the
JP
bar,
Brassier.
drinking
what's his name?
He got fired.
away.
He's fired. Oh yeah, JP Frenzian or something.
Frenzian, yeah.
Like
JP
Frenzian.
Frenzian.
Master of Crystal Glass or whatever.
And Franzine turns around and he catches sight of you, Traego, and Caroline and Niv, and he immediately stumbles off of his stool onto his feet, and he stumbles over to you, Traego, and he points his finger at you, at you, and he says, You, Duke Baron Bramblewood III, you and your pathetic troop. That was a low move you made there, giving your
how
word
tall
and
is he?
running
How tall
away.
is he?
Running
How
away
tall
like
is he?
cowards. He's about twice your size.
I smack him in the dick, like just kind of backhand him right in the dick. Because I can't reach his face. I'm like, settle the fuck down here.
Roll me an attack, actually.
I slap him in the dick.
Is...
That's the title of the
16.
episode.
16. So he's not wearing any armor. He takes it right in the where it counts, and he falls
doubles over?
face first on the ground, and begins to whimper on the ground. Oh,
Okay.
my life is over. My life is over.
I grab him by the collar and I lift him up. I'm like, we weren't your entertainment yesterday. You mistook us.
Oh,
What the fuck are you doing here, and what do you want with us?
I don't know what to do. Last night, due to the lack of entertainment, I was forced to postpone the event. The other troop, they refused to participate if they did not have what they call proper opposition. They threatened that if I didn't give them payment, they would destroy my shop. But I told them that they would receive twice as much. The following evening, I also provided each of the guests their own custom crystal pieces of token of goodwill, and I invited them back with the promise of an even more spectacular event than I had planned the night before.
All right, shut up.
What a fool I am. What a fool I am.
You're a pretty big fool. Now, who the hell did you hire that you thought we were?
Oh, I've got other fighters from Upper Gate Town. I've exhausted all my resources. I need another troop to fight tonight. If I don't have it, I'm done for.
There's someone in jail.
I suppose I can go back to Lower Gate Town.
Bad that someone is in jail.
I suppose I can gather up some riffraff from Lower Gate.
All right,
Stop
crying. Stop crying, you little baby. How many people
Jesus
were
Christ, Noah, Chick, you're really good at this.
Yeah, right.
I have quite the stomachache, I must say.
Okay.
Oh,
Stand up, all your balls feeling. Sorry about that.
hold on. Oh, that's better. Oh, yes.
Okay, all right. You look like you spat on him, but okay.
That's a weird kink.
Oh, I had to jump a little bit. It helps to jump.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how many fighters were you? You need 5 fighters?
Oh, I needed 5 at least, but yeah, I needed 5. The other troop said they wouldn't fight unless they had 5. And he stops for a second and looks at you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he looks at Rolf. 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's our ringer.
oh please. Oh, please. I would do anything if you would help me. I would do anything if you would help me. I'd buy you all the drinks you want. I'd give you twice as much of the money.
Okay.
How much are we talking?
And how much is twice as much?
Well, it all depends on the bidding, I suppose.
Oh,
It's a Calcutta.
betting on who wins the fight.
I've the way it works is simple. I'll give you the simple rundown. The way it works is this, that my patrons will be bidding on the fighters, and whoever wins, I'd be happy to share 25% of the winnings.
Okay. Does that go
So-
for both teams then?
That's twice.
So we would
as
only
much.
get 12.5%?
I'd be willing to give you 35% of the winnings.
Us personally, our group of 5, we get 35%.
Whoever wins, I would give 35%.
Okay, whoever loses gets how much?
Oh,
Or is this to the death?
It looks like I've broken a nail and falling down. Sorry, what did you say?
All right.
Slap him in the face.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he like?
What, dude?
The other team gets killed. Is what happens.
Is this to the death?
50%. Just for the love of God, come with me. I would give you 50% of the winnings. I'll keep 50. You have 50.
Oh, fuck. Give us a second.
9 o'clock.
Go
9
in the
o'clock
corner.
this evening.
Oh,
9
all
o'clock
right.
this evening. Come
Hold
to the
on.
overhead.
Shut up. Go in the corner.
He goes and sits down at a table and starts to eat some of the meats.
Wait.
So Traego, you've met this guy before?
Yeah. So yesterday.
How do you know this guy?
Did I not tell you about that? Me, Niv, and Caroline ran into this fucking crazy bastard that wants to fight people with a bunch of rich shitheads.
So
That's some fucking
so a fighting pit,
Yep.
Basically.
the
yeah.
Gladiator,
Yep.
Yeah.
Thunderdome.
And don't have a fucking idiot. And I kind of I get Rolf over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is Rolf in on this conversation?
Rolf comes over. What's he got planning? We ain't gonna be fighting here, is we?
Well, not here.
Oh, thank God.
How, Rolf, quiet down. If we were talking about your level of skill with fighting, what level would you say you're at? Are you a beginner, a novice, an amateur, a professional?
Rolf stops for a second, ponders, and he looks up at you, kind of a bit worried, look in his eye. He says, "Well, I usually can beat my sister two or three times."
You beat your sister?
Oh, we have a little fisticuffs here and there. I can usually come out ahead of her 2 or 3 times. Count with maybe
Is your
3 out of
sister
4.
Yeah. Shit. I don't know. 4 of us. 4.5.
What about
We don't have Groggle.
We've got 5. We don't.
Yeah, but we don't have Groggle.
We don't know we don't have.
That's not. We're not fighting till tonight. We're not fighting till tonight.
Till
We'll get
9.
Groggle and. Yeah.
At what
he
time is
said,
this? It's about
9
noon, a
o'clock.
little bit after noon.
Yeah, it's about you're pushing
Noon.
about 12:20, 12:30 at this
You
point.
guys don't even know
Groggle.
I'm in jail though.
Yeah.
Groggle,
Yeah.
oddly enough,
No,
hasn't
we
showed up
don't.
yet.
I don't know that that's
Should
odd. Can he even
I
tell
Yeah.
time?
message Feuerbrandt? And I mean,
Thanks,
is
Dan.
it like Groggle to be late? Do we know?
Can you tell time?
No, I'm always fucking on time. Groggle. One thing about Groggle is he's always on time.
Should I have the communicom device. Should I don't know, message Feuerbrandt just to see? Make sure he's okay. Make sure nothing crazy happened.
Ooh, not getting meta here at all.
Yeah.
Or maybe we wait longer.
We just wait.
Or we just leave.
Well,
Maybe
At
we
this point. Okay. First off, if we have Groggle, are we in on this?
How much?
This
I
could
mean,
be an amazing amount of money, or it could,
or we
could
could
die.
lose it. Die.
yeah.
or we could lose. and
Or
die.
if we only have this chuckle fuck pointing to Rolf, like we probably gonna die.
Like I said,
No offense, Rolf.
two
no
out
offense,
of
Rolf.
3 times I can beat my sister.
Yeah. Where's your sister at?
Oh, she's over in Mittendorf.
Oh fuck.
Having some merriment.
She runs a family inn over there in Mittendorf.
Here's a thought.
Oh.
Ooh. Wait. Hold on. No, well, you're not even here with us. You can't talk.
Oh, sorry.
Do you
Should I just
know
log
any-
off?
Until your execution, yeah.
No, is her name Mary?
Marion?
Mary?
Checks his notes.
I gotta
Was it
check
Mary
my
or
notes.
Marion?
What the heck was her name?
It's
Doesn't matter. It's not
No,
like
The woman
no,
that you
because
intimidated,
Mary
Traego?
was in this town. Mary was in Theondir, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mary was the barkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we were fighting the orcs.
Yeah.
But this,
Um,
oddly enough, her name is Meredith Feldenson in Mittendorf. He says, no, her name's not Mary, but it's Meredith.
Does she know any like alchemists over in that area?
Does she know any what?
Alchemist. Isn't that where we killed the alchemist, or accidentally got dead? The alchemist guy.
Got dead.
Accidentally got dead.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yep, exactly.
I'm gonna ask him. Do you know any actual good fighters, like real fighters?
Well, I
that
mean,
we could-
he kind of smiles and says, well, Rasmus and Haldir, they're the 2 of the best that I know.
The 2 guards that were with Groggle, right?
Yeah, the ones with the green guy. We just wait. We can wait for them to come back, and then
Yeah, let's just
they
wait for
might.
Yeah,
Groggle.
we'll
they
wait
might
for
fight
them.
with us a bit.
All right, show of
Groggle's on
hands.
his way, probably.
Show of hands. If we can do this with Groggle, are we doing this?
I'm in.
I'm fine. Way to make
Traego.
money. And if
Traego, why don't you send a message to Groggle? Because it's, 120 feet? And maybe, at least if he responds, we know he's close.
do I know which direction ish?
Yeah,
I
directly.
can do like a couple feet of. Like I have to go outside. Because I can do through like stone walls and stuff, but I can't do like it's not indefinite. It's like a 2 foot of stone wall I can get through.
And you could shoot it directly eastward. That'd be roughly the direction of Groggle.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot him a message. We have a fight lined up. We're at the shooting fish or shooting
What?
flesh in a barrel. Much money to be had. How I get like 25 words, so that's like you can respond
Are
to this
you on your way?
right?
And
That's,
You want me
that's
to
all
look?
of them.
You are met by a resounding silence.
All right, I'm gonna every because that's a cantrip. I can keep casting it. I'm gonna keep kind of like every boop 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 and just kind of go around as far as I can with direction because I'm assuming I'm just missing them.
Silence, silence, silence.
Well, I've casted that like 6 or 7 times already, so I have no idea what that means. Rolf, how skilled are
the dice.
those 2 soldiers? Are they skilled, or just like? Have they killed anything like really impressive before?
Okay, wait a minute. So hold on. Well, time out. What else we got to do today? We did your little tapestry.
We're done.
But we gotta get our costume.
We got our costumes. We sold.
Yeah, that's all we had to do today.
I bought whatever I needed to.
Is
if anybody else needs to do anything,
is this a good time for us to maybe talk about the Temple of Synchari or whatever and how to get in? Because we're by ourselves, except for Rolf.
Rolf, go outside.
What are you talking about? The Temple of Synchari?
All right, go outside, Rolf.
Go outside, Rolf.
Take Sora for a walk. She needs to take a...
Yeah.
Wait, just outside the doors for yous. I wait there for yous.
And if she shits, you make sure you get a little plastic bag and pick it up and tie it off.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, I wait just outside the door for yous.
Yep.
And he goes in outside the door and waits there with his waiting for you guys.
So the Synchari. I pull the book out and I kind of
is there anyone else in here other than JP?
Yeah, JP Francine is still
he's
sitting at the
standing
table.
right next to us. We got
He's
to
at the
deal
corner.
with this guy first.
Oh yeah, are we?
He's
Yeah,
right there.
first,
We'll go off to the corner.
should we tell him that we're gonna do this, and if we don't do it, we just fucking say we just don't
Or
show
we
up,
just don't show up. Yeah.
and then we fuck him more. Or like I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
He seemed, like Matt. So the shop that he had, like it was pretty high end. He was rich.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Does he seem like a kind of a dick? Or is he like a night? Is he a decent guy or?
It seems like
Give me an
a
insight check on him actually. As he's sitting there eating his meats over
fuck.
there.
I am gonna be so
Meat.
fucked when we start rolling for combat. That's a 16 plus. Insight is -1, so 15.
I mean, he seems like a bit of a sleazy kind of business guy that he uses people to get what he wants to forward his own business. But that's nothing too unusual for this part of Theondir. I mean, this is how it works.
Okay, in that case, I am 100% for. We tell him we'll show up, and if we don't,
no skin
he's a
off
little
our
shit.
back.
I don't care. It's not like he's a hardworking, middle class guy. I'm fine with fucking him over again.
Can we ask him for half up front?
I like the way you
half.
think.
Remember?
He probably doesn't have half, but
He doesn't know what half is.
he does.
Like,
Oh,
half could
Bholen,
be.
he does have a whole lot of glass shit in his. Maybe he's got something he can give us.
But that's a good point though. Do we want to tell him a minimum?
But we don't know what is relative. Minimum could be way less than what we're actually could be offered.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is tell him now.
Like this is what we get for sure, and we get any above that we get profits.
And then okay.
So you want to bring him over or talk to him then?
Are we okay with this though? I'm
on board. I'm on board.
I'm fine with fucking him over, sure.
All right, and I'm gonna wave JP over.
Play your alignments, guys.
Okay. So what do you want to say to JP?
Either way.
Well, first of all, we're in on a few conditions. God damn it. We're not just some random bozos you hire off the street. We come with a price. Okay?
Oh, darling,
So,
let me tell you something as well. I am not just any bozo. I have the finest crystal and glassware in all of Theondir.
Yeah, we don't really care about that.
But my clientele does.
Who's your clientele?
Some of the wealthiest people in all of Theondir.
Okay, and I'm gonna start telling him a story about the time I fucked up a glass shop in some random town, but I'm using thieves' cant to see if he understands what I'm talking about.
He doesn't know.
He has no fucking idea what I'm talking about.
No, he's just
Like-
listening to this story about you
He's
destroying
like,
glass,
he's
getting
like,
more and more
okay,
worried.
yeah. It's like, okay, so that tells me you don't have any fucking clue what you're dealing with. So we are gonna require 400 gold straight up, and 30% on top of that of your profits after the fight.
Give me a persuasion check. With advantage.
With advantage. Oh, okay, this is gonna be good for me then. That's pretty good. That is fucking amazing. That's an 18. I think it's plus 6 or 8.
So a lot.
Oh fuck! I can't. Goddamn! I don't have my glasses on here. It's charisma plus proficiency.
Yeah, you're probably like
If
28
you're
or
proficient
something.
in it, yeah.
Yeah, it's
26.
plus 6. It's 18 plus 6.
24. Okay. He pauses for a second and says, "Well, I am in a bit of a bind. Very well. If you arrive, I can guarantee you 400 gold. 30% of your winnings. But I can assure you that we have some of the highest bidders in Theondir. You will be surprised at how much higher the bidding may go than that, even.
All right.
Shall we
fair
say
enough.
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock at the same.
The overhead fine crystal.
Don't tell him you. That
What?
same place we were at last night, you know? That we
No,
told
he
you
knows we
weren't
were
a part-
there. No,
Didn't
he
you tell
knows we
him
were there?
he mistook us for? No, never mind. Doesn't matter.
Did I? I don't know. I've been drinking all afternoon. I don't remember. Yeah. Okay.
So can I ask him,
Oh.
Mr. Franzine? You know all these rich people. My good friend Genevieve, do you think she'll be there?
Genevieve, is not a name that I have any familiarity with. Is it a friend of yours? Or?
Yeah, it's
Insight
someone I
check.
knew a long time ago.
Is he
Go ahead, give
lying?
me an insight check.
Natural 20.
Oh, me too.
2 natural 20. You wasted
20,
them.
24 total.
I got 23.
Something's not right about what he just said.
Yeah, she's I think she's knows my buddy Tycho too. I don't know.
Listen.
He steps forward.
I know what you're getting at here. And those kind of connections, yes, I may have had them in previous years, man, but I have since then cut all ties with the knot. Now I'm a businessman. I focus on glasswares and crystal.
And fighting pits.
It's entertainment. It's entertainment for the guest. Darling, this is the best thing that they can imagine. You wouldn't imagine how refined people who love glassdoors and crystal, how much they love their fighting. Oh.
You know, it's funny. We've been in this town for a few days, and I think everybody we've met has lied to us in one form or another, or has some sort of side gig from their normal front-facing business. I'm getting the same vibe from you.
Oh, are you surprised?
No, I'm not, but I am very concerned about your true intentions. So maybe we should ask for 40%.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
17 plus minus 2. 15.
Welcome to Theondir. Very well, we will see you this evening.
And he turns around and storms out the door, leaving you guys at this table in the corner of the shooting flesh in a barrel. And as you guys watch him leave, you suddenly hear a shriek from outside.
Hey, 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 let me go, let me go, let me go.
It's Rolf.
It's Rolf.
Oh,
And you hear a soldier's brash and gruff voice saying to you,
Where are they? We've got 2 dead soldiers on our hands. Where are they?
and Rolf starts to shake, and you hear Rolf saying, they're inside, talking to some man. Go find them, leave me alone. And you hear them drop Rolf to the ground, and you hear the man turn around and say,
Men, follow me in. Let's go.
and with that, the door slams open. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
God damn it.